situated. I will start leveling up now.
Are you just going Ranger?
Yes. Yep. Sticking with Ranger.
Okay, sweet.
I'm sorry to. My brother is not as much of a nerd as I am, so I was looking at his character sheet, and I noticed he took defense as his fighting style as opposed to archery, and I just wanted to make sure he was aware of the difference there, because
Right.
so
Make them backwards.
Zamek. Well, that would be up to Malcolm, but you said you liked my ranger from
I did.
previous campaign.
Yep.
Archery is very good because it adds +2 to your attack roll, and whereas you're probably gonna be in the back, so you probably do not need the armor class boost. So my option or my selection for a archer would be to take archery as a fighting style.
Okay, I'll do that if Malcolm will let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you need help with that, tell it level up to level 6, and then
Okay.
I'll switch it around to your fighting style. Yeah, of course you'll get your armor class will go down, but them's the breaks.
Yep.
Yeah, your attack goes from a 7 to a 9 plus.
That's nice.
So
Especially if I'm in the back while Titus is doing the dirt naps and stuff. That's awesome.
Yep. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And the defense, your AC goes from 18 to 17. You lose 1 defense. So
Okay.
that's the trade-off numerically.
But yeah, but hopefully you'll be hitting more.
Okay. Yes, so I agree that's a good idea. All right, so let's pick it up from where we were last week. Last week, we were heading to the Mossy Temple along with Corrina to drop her off, and it sounded like you guys just wanted to walk away. And arrangements were made for Heracles, I think is her dad's name, and Sidon has promised to watch after him and keep him safe inside of Astoria, because depending on how well you do, the world might end, the world might be mostly destroyed, the world might be saved, so you don't know. So depends, dice rolls and decisions you guys make. But we're going to rewind time a little bit, because remember we said that the great games happened over the course of 3, 4, even 5 days, so we just squished them all together. And we're leaving a little bit of room for a visit to... Well, let's get it on the map. So right up the top here is the academy. Yeah, so at some point during the day, you head over to the academy. And this sprawling campus, let's turn that down a bit. So this is like a university, classic university campus that maybe some of us have attended. But this sprawling campus grounds of the academy bustle with activity. Over a dozen impressive marble buildings stand in rows connected by paved, well-maintained pathways. Rich green lawns stretch between the pathways, and scholars can be seen reading, writing, and hotly debating all manner of subjects. And you look around and there's buildings like the Great Library, the Hall of Heroes, which is devoted to recording all of Thylea's heroes, the Schools of the Arcane, which is in itself divided up into 8 individual buildings, like a School of Necromancy, a School of Evocation, and so on, or the Schools of Magic, the Great Orrery, Celestial Fears, recorded, clockwork, fashioned from clockwork, and the Hall of Debate, where all manner of philosophical discussions can be debated. And as the 5 of you approach, well, I guess 6 if you count Bullbug, a half-orc mage comes up to you and says, "Oh, hello, the great heroes of the Oracle. Would be most honored if you join us in the great debates. And depending on your wisdom, we might even be able to afford to give you a spell scroll or two. So you guys up for some philosophical debates?
Absolutely. Let's go.
No, that doesn't. Zamek, did you roll for your hit points?
Something happens when I get to the sheet for that. Let's see, the page, manage hit points. I don't see a button where it allows me to roll.
Oh, you just have to roll a dice and then just click how many the results was. I think it just automatically adds your con to it. So is your con +2? That would make sense why it went to 40.
Oh, I see.
So then you got to roll a d8.
Yeah, so roll a d8. You could do it in chat
Okay,
if you
I
like.
apparently do not know how to do this. Okay.
Oh, 7. Good. So now if you go into... I'll just bring it up. So see where it says 28 at the moment?
Uh-huh.
Add
Yep.
7 to that, so that'll be 35.
And
Have
then
you
hit
been
a
rolling
5.
the whole time, Zemek?
I don't know that I have them because I
I was gonna say that seems extremely low for a 6th level ranger. Because I
Yeah,
I have 59, so
See, so at
Uh,
first
what-
level you would have got 10, and the next 5 levels 40? No, 30. 6 hit points per level. That's it. That seems reasonable.
oh, okay.
Well, let's say so 10 at first level. Then for the next
Yep.
5 levels, he's got an additional 30 hit points.
That's
it's 40.
40. And what's your constitution?
Let me go back to that page real quick.
It's +2.
2.
Yep.
It'd be
plus
12 more. So it'd be you should be like the low 50s.
52
tell you what.
maybe.
Tell you what, we'll give you one more d8. So roll another d8, and we'll.
Okay.
Does sound like maybe you have missed it. Oh, there we go. So once again, go into manage hit points, and whatever it says for rolled hit points, change that to 8 more.
Those are really good rolls, so I wouldn't want to change it. But Rangers are D10.
Are they d10s? Oh,
Yeah,
maybe this is a problem.
Oh,
I don't
They're
want you to.
D10s? Wow.
I don't want you to re-roll though, because it'll probably be lower than that. Those are decent rolls.
Really? They're d10s?
yeah, they're
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Fighters
it does
and
say-
Rangers
it says,
and
three
Paladins are all D10.
D10.
Because the average then is
Huh.
8, right? But he
Yeah,
take the
that is
average
10.
roll.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh.
you have 12 to start.
Well, you see,
Here I am.
you're 55 now, Jeff, right?
I like it. It's good. I'm not going to argue with it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, here I am, Squishy Wizard, sitting at 33.
Now we'll
Yeah,
just
that's
change
great.
your oops, your weapon proficiency thing.
Oh, I think I changed that. You did double check me out. I think I was.
Oh no, you got it. Yep. Yeah,
Yep,
archery.
okay.
You got that. Sweet.
Yep.
And so now your attacks with a longbow is a +9,
Nice.
and with
Like
a
it.
short bow of cupidity, even better, +10.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. So be careful going forward, I guess, Jeff. Yeah, rolling a d10s,
Yeah,
but
right.
7 and 8s are pretty good. So I agree with Eric. We'll stick with that. Okay. So this. Get my notes back up again. Turn on my aircon. I'm dying in this seat. Here we go. Okay. So, there's this half orc mage takes you into the halls of debate, and all these academic types are very impressed that you are gracing their building. Once again, just getting to the academy proves to be a problem as you continue to be mobbed by adoring fans. But you head over to the academy, and they're all very appreciative that you're there. And a lot of handshakes happen, and congratulating Titus for winning the great games. And talking about the other great deeds you've done. You know, the opening of the forge, the killing of the orc at the boar, sorry, in the Heartlands, and yeah, well, less saying about the Mossy Temple, the better. Uh, but you've also visited the Acropolis, and they recognise some of the historians there recognise the legendary weapons that you're now wielding. The axe of Xander. Who has the axe? It's Titus.
I do, but I now that you bring it up, I will probably give that to Bullbug or loan it to Bullbug.
Bullbug likes gladiator weapon. Bullbug will stick with us. Bullbug like its old friend.
Very, very well, Bullbug.
And you've got the breastplate of Mitros as well.
I do.
And who has the shield?
I do. I'm decked out.
You are decked out.
Main character.
Oath of friendship. There are no main characters, but yeah, you're definitely decked out. Regardless, so after some admiring of these legendary weapons and the feats that you guys have done, visiting the Acropolis and living to tell the tale, lots of things to be appreciative about. But this half-orc with all these philosophers, classic Greek flowing robes, long beards, bald heads, they say, well, heroes of the Oracle, we're thoroughly impressed by your deeds. We've heard of your great feats of strength, your legendary quests, the opening of the Great Forge, which I must say are all very, shall we say, physical pursuits. So we're here today to debate with you to find out how wise you are, how clever you are. And of course, we know you are wise and clever, but perhaps this will be a chance to flex a little bit and see how this all works out. So I have a philosophical question for all of you, and I'd very much enjoy getting your feedback. So, as probably some of the historians know around you, the famed ship that brought the Dragon Lord, Adonis Neurodragon, from the old lands to the lands of Thalia was called the Valorous. Now, the Valorous had 60 oars, a single mast, and a great prow. Over the centuries, it has decayed, and the Neurodragon family removed the old oars and planks, replacing it with newer and stronger timber. They replaced the mast when it was cracked in a storm, and they replaced the prow when the Valorous ran aground. So after 5 centuries, every single piece of the Valorous has been replaced. So my questions for you, heroes of the Court, is the Valorous now the same ship that once carried Adonis Neurodragon? Or is it a different ship?
It is both, good sir. It is both the ship and a new ship.
You sound like you're speaking in contradictions, friend.
No, it is the answer, good sir. It is both. It is the ship that carried them across, but it is also a new ship since new materials have been made. But the essence of the ship is still the same.
Interesting. Do any of your companions have any further thoughts on this matter?
I leave it to Hilius for this. It sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Morpheus
The wisest thing I can say is nothing at all.
Morpheus will touch his new crown, makes him smarter, and he's gonna say, "As we age, we change through time. Are we the same as we were 10, 20 years ago? The same for the ship. Parts by part replace. The ship remains and keeps going. It is the same."
The same ship. That is a very interesting point there, Morpheus. I mean, you are most definitely not a baby. You are most definitely not a toddler. But the baby was, in essence, Morpheus. That's an interesting twist of the situation. Zamek, do you have any thoughts to share on this philosophical matter?
Samek is on mute.
Zamek, you need to project your voice so we can hear you at the back.
I'm sorry, I stepped away. What am I supposed to do? What was I asked?
So imagine there's the brief summation of the story is there's a ship like was written 500 years ago, and over the years the prow went aground, the prow has been replaced, the mast has been replaced, the planks of the ship has been replaced, every single piece of the ship has replaced. So the question is it the same ship that it was 500 years ago? Is it a different ship? Is it something else?
I'd say that's maintenance. It's the same ship.
Maintenance. Well, that's interesting.
It's like the siding on your house. If it gets old and starts to develop holes in it and rot, you replace the boards on it. It's the same house. And over time, you may replace all the components associated with it, but it's still your primary residence. So why would your vehicle, your boat, be any different?
Oh, well, that's we've never thought about it that way. Perhaps the most simplest of explanations, the maintenance of the ship. These are all very interesting points. And an elf says, "Oh yes, they've definitely added some interesting insight onto this philosophical question. I have another question for you. Now, this will really twist your noodle, as we say around the university." And he laughs at his own jokes, and no one else does. Pythor is in a foot race with a tortoise. Pythor allows the tortoise a head start of 300 feet. If we suppose that each racer starts running at the same constant speed, Pythor very slow, and the tortoise, Pythor very fast, and the tortoise very slow, then after a finite time, Pythor will have run the full 300 feet, bringing him to the tortoise's starting point. However, during that time, the tortoise has run a much shorter distance of only 30 feet. It will then take Pythor some further time to catch up those additional feet, by which time the tortoise would have moved even further ahead. It takes more time for Pythor to reach a third point, while the tortoise maintains the lead. Thus, whenever Pythor arrives somewhere the tortoise has been, he still has some distance to go before he can catch the tortoise, despite running much faster. Clearly, this means that Pythor will never catch the tortoise. How can we explain this paradox?
This is 10 times faster.
Let's see.
Everyone's doing math.
I know. Everyone's doing math. Let's see here. That would be 30 feet.
All right. Morpheus will say, but there will come a time when Pythor will overtake and go further than the tortoise.
Oh, well, as
So
he
in
catches
theory-
up,
in theory,
the
he will
tortoise
then
would have...
beat him.
But then by the time that he's got to the place where the tortoise was, the tortoise has already moved forward.
Yeah, but he's not moving at the right. He's not moving at a pace that will be able to be maintained his lead in front of Pythor. Pythor will overtake him.
Yes,
That's
Pythor
the
is
thing. The distance on the planet, on the sphere he runs on, the time it takes him to move the distance, he will eventually, at the same time, if time is involved, at the same time that they move, he will have moved further past.
Oh, but that's impossible. By the time he gets to the point where the tortoise is, the tortoise would have moved ahead. So Pythor catches up a little bit. The tortoise moves ahead.
See, the
But
problem
Pythor-
is you don't understand.
But
See, that is the problem. I am sorry that you are not philosophically as wise as the chosen. And we have spoken, the answer is true.
Pythor
but
is
the other the
I'm
sorry.
not sure if I follow
The,
you there, Morpheus. You just seem to be dismissing the problem away.
well, it would only be an issue to Pythor and the turtle, because two moving observers will always see one moving slower than the other. So for the crowd, Pythor will always catch up, but to the two moving observers, the each in the race, they are stuck.
So the observed phenomenon is different to the actual phenomenon? That just makes no
Yes.
sense.
Perhaps I have a solution. In your example, Pythor is moving 10 times faster than the tortoise. He moves 300
Yes.
feet when the tortoise only moves 30.
Yes.
And let's say, for the sake of putting a time on it, let's say that takes 6 seconds to move that distance. Within the next, Pythor is not going to stop. So within the next 6 seconds, the tortoise will only move 30 feet, and Pythor will move another 300 feet, passing the tortoise.
But by the time he gets to the point where the tortoise was, the tortoise is going to be ahead of him.
But in
Depends
12
on,
seconds,
But he
Pythor will be
passes him.
600 feet farther than the starting line, and the tortoise will only be 330 feet.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
that
Pythor
makes-
needs to run that more that 30 feet. And by that time, the tortoise would have gone ahead by 3 feet. And then Pythor's got to catch up a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. He will keep catching up, but he would never actually catch the tortoise. Now, the challenge
Well,
of this
sir-
question is to explain this paradox. Plainly, Pythor will overtake the tortoise. But what is the flaw in my logic? How do you explain the paradox?
It is relativity, good sir. If Pythor is approaching the speed of light, then he will slow down. Therefore, the turtle will always overtake him.
The speed of light? What are you talking about?
You're talking about how fast Pythor goes, so the faster and faster he gets, the actually slower he's becoming, which means the turtle's constant movement will allow the turtle to always be, therefore, ahead of Pythor.
Malcolm understands what you're saying about the theory of relativity by Einstein, but this philosopher does not. So I just want to make that clear. What are you talking about? The speed of light? Relativity? You've been talking to Einsteinasis again, haven't you?
Oh, yes, you know him.
Crackpot! Expelled from the university.
I'm going to try one more time. So going back to if it takes the tortoise 6 seconds to move 30 feet,
Yes.
so in 12 seconds, he will move 60 feet. In the same 12 seconds, Pythor will move 600 feet. So he will pass no matter what point in time you look at it. He will pass. Actually, at some point at about 7 seconds, the tortoise will be passed by Pythor.
You're stating one half of the paradox. I mean, plainly, if we observe Pythor and the tortoise, Pythor is going to win. So where's the flaw in my logic then?
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
see, as a player, I'm going to say we're way overthinking, and it's probably very simple.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Bringing in math and all that, it's got to be
Bring in
simple.
relativity.
So I'm big dumb because I'm trying. I'm going too dumb.
I'm thinking he's dangling the tortoise on a fishing pole in front of him or something like a carrot.
Oh, interesting solution, Theodosius. And just out of not being as a DM, but I mean, this is a classic philosophical problem, and people have debated this for a long time. So if you're looking for a simple solution to it, I don't know, there probably is one. I guess something to do with the limits in calculus as things approach infinity, they end out. I don't know, but it's a tricky one.
Go half the distance each time, you'll never catch up to a thing. That's what the argument is. Another way of saying it. And so you can always half something smaller. But there's a time.
This is the goal, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the goal. You never get there.
Pythor
But
could
you
drop
do.
food down and the turtle will stop to eat, therefore Pythor will catch up to him.
It's about perspective, like whose perspective and what you're looking at perspective-wise too. And I mean, there's no way I can in character talk about that. So that's the gist of it is your perspective on how you're measuring the distance. You can measure it you can measure it in different ways. If you measure it in longer distances, he'll overtake it, but if it's shorter distances, he won't. So it all bases on how you want to approach the problem. There is no answer except in reality there is. In the real world, you catch things, but in the logic of it, you can't, or you can, depending on how you
I,
phrase the
I,
problem.
I totally get it. I was going to share with you, Daniel. This is funny. I remember geometry, third grade.
Yeah.
I get sorry, middle school, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I remember my teacher trying to explain to me the half the distance concept, and he stood like 3 feet away from the door, and he goes, "I will never get to the door." And he did the half the distance on it, and I was like, "You're going to hit the door. How could you like?" It's hard to gather that like there will always be half the distance of whatever it is that you get, right? And especially when you're dealing with physical things, you're like, wait, no way, right? I mean, it's like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
How about this? So you're this is Titus trying to get this out, but it's like the flaw is that you're having Pythor just moving to catch up and then stops and then catches up again and then stops as the tortoise keeps on moving. But the flaw is that Pythor never stops. He keeps going. So it's not that he's trying to catch up, he's trying to pass. So the difference is he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop to just catch up.
I'm not sure if we're talking as Malcolm and Jeff and Doug and everybody else, or feel free to discuss it. I mean, it's a tricky one.
Well, my friend, how about this? If I were to push you, you would to fall. But if you were bigger, you would fall slower. So therefore, since Pythor is bigger, even though it appears he is moving faster, he is actually moving slower. Therefore, the smaller turtle is moving faster and will always be ahead of Pythor.
Yes, that's the paradox explained. Makes no sense.
Gravity's a bitch.
I just posted
Perhaps-
in.
Zamet goes, perhaps we can help with another problem. This one seems to be perplexing.
It's inherently perplexing. And by the way, I just posted a solution to the paradox in Discord. All right, well, we were really hoping you'd provide a solution to the paradox. I'm pretty sure it's a bit more complicated than a carrot on a stick. But regardless. Okay, another question for you. A sphinx captures the young crown prince of Mitros. His mother comes to the Sphinx and pleads for the return of her son. The Sphinx replies that he will only return the prince safely if the mother can guess whether or not he will indeed return the boy. What is the problem here? As it turns out, there is no problem if the mother guesses that the Sphinx will return him. If she is right, the boy is returned. If she is wrong, the Sphinx keeps him. However, if she answers that the Sphinx will not return him, we end up with a paradox. If she is right, and the Sphinx never intends to return her child, then the Sphinx has to return him. But in doing so, he breaks his word and contradicts the mother's answer. On the other hand, if she is wrong and the Sphinx actually intend to return the boy, then the Sphinx must keep him, even though he not intended to do so, also breaking his word. This is a bit more complicated. I'll post it in Discord.
You lost me already.
Yep.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
take a look here.
Okay, Discord.
Oh, I did not. I'm sorry. It's the last bit of the question. Any thoughts on this matter? It is interesting. If the Sphinx does not return him, if the Sphinx intended not to return him, then he's honor bound to return him. And if the Sphinx did intend to return him, he's honor bound to not return him. It's another one of these paradoxical questions. Any thoughts or insights?
And maybe we should import paradox from the other quest.
She just needs to ask a two-way open question. Good Sphinx, will you or will you not return my son? Therefore, the Sphinx has to answer truthfully since it is the open-ended question.
Mm-hmm. Just ask the Sphinx directly, in either or. Like, interesting thoughts. I know this is a tricky one to comment on. Any other thoughts from the heroes of the Oracle?
Out of character, the only problem with that is she has to guess. She can't ask a question.
Yes.
What will happen? What's the outcome? What's the thing?
Well, it says if the mother can guess. It doesn't say the mother can't ask a question.
Well, yeah.
So depending on his answer, the mother would then know what question to ask.
But if the Sphinx insists on a guess, and if she guesses he will not return him, then you get this paradox. So he did intend to return him. He doesn't. And if he doesn't intend to return him, he does.
Okay. Okay.
So she can't ask a question. She has to guess.
Has to guess.
Now all my ideas went poof.
Not suggesting an answer to this riddle. I mean, it's not even a riddle. It's a very logical statement. A paradox, if you will, because the Sphinx is forced to do what he does not want to do. He's honor bound and an honest creature.
Okay.
Zamek speaks up and says, "These are two difficult questions for me. It hurts my head thinking of these things."
It hurts our head thinking about them as well. Perhaps I'll ask you another philosophical question.
Are they? Wait, before you ask, is it an easier question?
I do have one possible one thought on this one before we move on. So I feel like there's four possible outcomes, right? So if the mother guesses that it's a return, and he did intend to return, then yes, he is returned. If she guesses return and he did not intend that, then no. Right? We've got that. If she guesses not returned and he didn't intend to return, then yes. I don't think he's breaking his word in that scenario. He's basically saying that, hey, yeah, you're right. I didn't intend to return him. So now you get to, I will return him because you guessed correctly. And then last but not least, I guess not to return, but he did intend to return. So then She did not guess correctly, so now he's actually going to keep the son because she guessed incorrectly.
I guess the wisdom lies in the mother. I know. This makes the DM's brain hurt too. The whole problem is, if the mother guesses that he does not intend to return, then the Sphinx is forced to do the opposite of what he intended.
Yes.
This is a single sphinx, right, good sir?
Yes.
Okay, so what would my character know about sphinxes since he has the researcher trait or the sage background?
I would have to Google up Sphinxes in my DM's guide. I think they're wise creatures, prophets, maybe.
Okay. I think that's enough to go on what I'm gonna attempt to guess here.
Okay.
Good sir, the mother has one obvious guess that is the correct answer, and that would be that he will return her son. Obviously, the Sphinx just wanted a mental exercise with the mother of the prince. Therefore, he always intended to return the son. He just wanted a little brain teaser to see how smart somebody could be if they could figure out his methods.
But perhaps it was just a test. Maybe I don't think it was a test for the mother per se. I think it was a test for us to try and understand how there are inherent paradoxes in the universes and how interesting they could be. Have anybody read a book called Gödel Escher Bark by Douglas Hofstadter?
Negative.
It goes into all of these paradoxes and contradictions. It's very, very interesting. But perhaps we'll answer a more simple question, or maybe the most basic of questions. So my final question to you is, what is the nature of good and evil? Are they metaphysical properties that can be measured or changed? For example, if a man commits murder, his neighbors may call him evil. We might rightly say that he has evil properties. Hoping to atone for this act, the man may offer to pay the victim's family gold pieces to compensate for their loss. Now, let's say that the family's victims are satisfied with the payment, and they forgive him, saying he is no longer evil. The man has evil properties before he made the payment, but now he has not. If properties of objects cannot be created or destroyed but merely transferred, where did the evil properties go? Are the coins now evil? Is the family evil? What are your thoughts? Once again, I'll post the question in Discord.
Well, I must say that I don't think Titus is married, so this is real life. But Titus would say, well, my wife always says that she's a therapist. She always says that there are no evil people, only evil deeds. I have to disagree with her, but that is my wife's comments on this.
Is that your wife is actually a therapist?
She is, yes.
No, that's awesome. Good stuff.
Good
Well,
and evil are social constructs and norms determined by the society or the group, right?
Yes, I have to agree with my colleague here. Just because the man is no longer evil to that set of individuals, society as a whole could still deem him evil for his evil act. It is also just like this coin. One side may have one object on it, the other may have the other object on it. If I lay this coin flat and say that object is no more, well, obviously, once you pick that coin up, the object is going to be there.
The social construct argument is an interesting one. Like some things we do now would be considered abhorrent, or some things in the past was abhorrent. Like, in this place called Ancient England. It's a very strange and mystical place. during the so-called Dark Ages, to keep the population amused, they would take a bunch of cats, put them in a hot cauldron, and gradually boil the cats alive as they frantically scrambled to get out. Everybody thought it was hilarious. But of course, we have moved on from there. That would be considered an abhorrent act. So was the boiling of the cats abhorrent then and not abhorrent now? I think that is getting to the root of this question here.
Well, society changes and grows over time, just like how a baby to a child to a you learn as you go. So society grows just like a child would grow.
Assuming the entire universe was an extreme pain constantly, all the time, the worst of all possible universes, could we logically say that that universe was evil? Or is that just another social construct?
Good and evil, as you pointed out, is relative. It's relative to perspective. If a society deems that somebody should die for an evil act, it's still murder, but it's agreed that it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, is a snake eating a rat evil? It's just life.
Good and evil are in everyone. It is the choices that you make and the choices that you can change throughout your life.
And also, there has to be balance. You cannot have good without evil.
Why
Hence,
not?
the situation we are. Just
Why
look at
not?
the situation we are in today. The old Dragon Lords gave us this gift of peace, but now the Titans is coming to an end, and they deem to destroy everything.
Well,
You
to be
cannot have
fair,
good without the evil.
the Titans and the gods both agreed to the oath of peace. If there ever was a stalemate in a war, that was it. Well, I guess this is a question if the Titans intend to follow through on what they intend to do, the literal destruction of everything, all creatures, all trees, all insects, all birds, all animals, everything. I think we can agree. And one of the social constructs is the entire world deserves this death. Would it therefore be a good act what Sidon and Lutheria had planned?
If there was so much evil in the world that it needed purged,
But you just said evil is relative, though. Good and
correct.
evil are
So
relative.
that's why there can't be that much evil where it deems the world to be destroyed. Just like two sides of a coin.
Interesting.
Zemek speaks up and says, good and evil is a concept of morality. It is not a natural occurrence. Titus's example of a snake eating whatever he said to eat it, a zebra, whatever the heck it was, rat. That is not evil. That's a natural thing. So this is a concept that higher beings have made up.
Interesting. Any other thoughts on the matter?
I have nothing more than I've already shared.
It's better to be dumber and not think of these things.
Out of character, are they testing us? What is our exchange doing here?
It's a philosophical
some-
debate. Everybody's wrong and everybody's right. There's no right answers. There's no wrong answers.
Okay.
I just want to debate, intellectually spar with you. Let's go back to the question, though. Can we agree that a man killing a child is an evil act? Would anybody disagree with that?
No.
I possibly would disagree with that. If the child was already basically burned alive and like clinging to life and knew it was going to die. A quick death is better than a painful one.
True. Let's
I
assume
concur.
the child is a perfectly healthy child doing wonderful things, a credit to her community, just the perfect child helping out the world, and then in a senseless act of violence, this man killed her. Can we agree in that situation that it was an evil act?
I agree.
I would,
Yes.
Zamek speaks up and says, "I don't know that I do agree. I think that this is a this is a morality thing. That is something that is instilled based on your learned values in society. And while one would like to think that this is something that's as simple as a one side of a coin or another side of a coin being good and evil, when you think of nature and you think of animals killing another animal for sustenance, one would agree that that is something that's not evil. There are examples where animals will kill for play and they will kill for sport. Does that make them evil? Or are we going to agree that that is a natural occurrence? So, how does that translate to other races?
I concur. I think it boils down to intent. What is the intent of the murder?
Maybe the murderer was mentally disturbed, for example. In that case, does he do an evil act?
Not if he knows no better.
No, in that case, that man needs help, and society needs to attempt to give the man the help he needs. While he does atone for his action, it per se is not
I'll be right
evil
back,
if he
guys.
was ill.
Perhaps the mere killing of somebody makes you mentally ill? Would you agree with that? In
That
this
I cannot,
particular
because
case. Like, is there
I've
a
killed many,
world?
and I'm not mentally ill.
Well, there we go. I assume most of those. I am assuming most of those were in self-defense.
Or for the greater good.
Getting into very shaky ground here. So we're talking about moral relativism. Is there a situation where the man committed an evil act against this upstanding young citizen? Is any possible way was that act evil?
we boil it down to no other questions, just straight a perfect model citizen child versus a man that killed her, then yes, that man would have either been envious or jealous or just pure evil indeed. So it would be evil intent.
So evil in that situation did happen. Now the man regrets his action, pays the family some money. The family accepts him, say they forgive him, and everything is okay. Where did the evil go?
The evil stayed with the man. Society would still deem that act evil, even if the family did not agree.
Let's say society agrees that the man has paid his dues. It's time to move on with things. Where did the evil go?
The evil stayed with the man. Evil does not just disappear just because you may be forgiven. The act that you caused is irreversible. Therefore, the evil is still within that individual.
So by that
He can
logic,
do.
we're all evil. We've all probably stolen something, lied, done morally questionable things, so we're all inherently evil. Is that your point?
My point is, everybody has some evil in them, and everybody has some good. What side you allow to come out is what defines your character.
I'm sure you've had done some wonderful things in your life and some not so wonderful things. So does that make you? Do we judge you on your evil acts, or do we judge you on your good acts?
You judge on the more influential act. Let's take Esther for a sense. He was a mighty dragon lord, but then he started a murderous rampage. He used to be decent, but now anybody only knows him for his murderous rampage. Therefore, that act is the one that stands out. Therefore, he is evil.
Interesting.
Zamek says, we learn from our actions, we grow from our actions, and we evaluate people's well-being based on what their current actions are.
And again, I must inject intent. Intent is a big part of it.
So I agree with the intent. A mentally disturbed person cannot be held responsible for their actions. Because in their mind, they did no wrong. So if it comes down to your mind, does a psychopath who doesn't intend, who just only enjoys inflicting pain and doesn't think of the other person at all, are they evil? Should they be forgiven? Is that a mental illness?
Let me raise this point, sir. There's a set amount of good and evil inside every person. But whenever you change more good or evil, that side will grow larger until all you are evil. Or good, depending on how you change.
So,
Now,
but
you can be forgiven for your acts, but you could still be evil because the intent was there, and that is how you changed.
so once a murderer, always a murderer. No chance for redemption.
If he can seek the help and maybe the clergy and devote his faith, possibly. But without help, then there is no help or hope.
Interesting. Any other thoughts on the matter, or have we officially done the classic philosophical thing and gotten nowhere?
My brain hurts. I must retire.
In the manner of great philosophical debates across the multiverse, we have exhausted and contradicted and gotten absolutely nowhere. So, a success. But I have some gifts for you. I have. So each of these philosophers had names, and they each give you a book. And these are the names of the books. And if you wish to study them and read them, let me know. And
Helios
you.
for sure will.
Oh, okay. And Helios. I believe you're a practicer of the arcane. Am I not mistaken?
Yes, my good sir. We actually were coming here in hopes that I possibly could get a scroll or two from you to add to my arcane knowledge.
Roll a d2.
Okay.
Here are two first level scrolls. You can choose the scrolls that you want, so you can presumably add them to your spell book. And roll me another d2. And here is a second level spell that I assume will be useful to you. So once again, you may choose a second level spell to add to your spell book. And finally, roll me another d2. This will be for third level spells. Let's see, on to 2 here. Oh, there we go. So 2 third level spells. So feel free to choose those. You will still need to cough up your transcription costs.
So question on that, Malcolm.
Yeah. Huh?
Because I am Order of Scribes, my wizardly quill doesn't require ink or anything here. I'm just pasting it. And I only have to spend 2 minutes per spell level. So does that mean I still need transcription costs because of my wizardly quill?
No.
Perfect.
You're good. That's a good feature to have because usually wizards are perpetually broke. Transcribing endless spells. Okay.
First level, 1 second to third. Oh boy. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. No, not at all, Daniel. I'm pretty sure we just pass all the books around. Helios wants to read all of them, but that obviously will happen over multiple different rests. So I think because he just gave us those books to take with us, right?
In the gifts.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know if
yeah,
they were
we,
like tomes of something and we had to guess, you know. So like a tome of wisdom and you get a +1 if you read it, the book's gone forever kind of thing.
No,
Is
it's not
what I
like that.
meant.
You can reread it. So,
All right.
Helios, you intend to read the books, all of them, at some along the lines?
yes, Helios would definitely read all of the books.
And Morpheus, you're just reading the one?
Yeah, because I mean, I do poetry that my character's backstory a little bit, so dialogue is kind of like something he'd be interested in, maybe.
Sure.
And I like to read the metaphysical one.
Sure. Okay. Okay, well, in the not too distant future, your characters will have a sufficient time to read it. It will be obvious when the situation actually occurs, but I don't want to go into too much detail at the moment. Okay. Philosophical discussions done. Okay, so once again, this happens during the great games. Now, as you're wandering, let me get my notes. So as you leave the academy, once again, just being mobbed by people left, right, and centre, you eventually find your way outside of the Temple of the Five, just on your wanderings, perhaps on the way to the Grand Palace. So this relatively humble temple has an entrance with 5 stone columns. While it is smaller than the Temple of Sidon, displays a much higher level of artistry, boasting lofty architecture and beautiful statues. Intricate carvings embellish each and every surface, complete with gilding and inlaid precious stones. Now, outside the temple, you come across a group of young men. And one of them comes up to you, Morpheus, and said, have you seen Valis? Do you know if she's attending the temple today?
I'm not quite sure who that is. As Daniel, I don't recall Valis.
Valis is the goddess of wisdom, the wife of Pythor, a wife of Acastus, and she's who wants to be a dragon lord, yes, and she is the queen, and she's well respected. Everybody loves her. Her beauty is enchanting. She gave a speech at the start of the games. People paid respects to her. Very respected figure around this time. So, rings a bell now, Daniel?
All right. So, and then he asked the question: is she inside the temple?
Oh no, she's not inside the temple, but she visits here every so often, and I was hoping to have a word with her, but I'm not allowed in the Grand Palace, you see.
I am not her keeper. I do not know her whereabouts. I am sorry, friend. Is there some message maybe I could bring to her that if it were appropriate?
Well, you see, Velas, she is the most beautiful of every creature I've ever met. And I've just been trying to get her her attention, to bestow my virtue upon her, to put out what an excellent catch I am. But I am the son of a Nura Dragon. What's his name? Taran Nuradragon, a descendant of one of the great dragon lords. And I'm hoping that if I could just explain my situation to her, to point out my virtues, then maybe the sham of a marriage she has with the king, maybe, just maybe, she would consider me to be, a possible candidate for a marriage.
I understand. I get it. I get it now. That is funny. I like it. I know love. I understand love that you can never have. I get it. I am sorry she's married. That is an affair between you and him and her, not others. I mean, that is very personal for what you want to do. So I don't want to be part of that. No, thank you.
But just one quick thing. She said to me if I could bring people before her who are wise and beautiful, and if she said if I could present wise and beautiful people to her, then she would grant me an audience.
Good luck on finding those people. I am not beautiful or wise, so I am sorry. Personal matter. That is very personal what you want to do there. I want no part of that, sir. Sorry.
But you are the great
Affairs of
Morpheus.
the heart are between you and her, and not others. That's kind of gross.
All I ask for is an audience. I mean, she is her own person. She can refuse, of course. But I feel I have a very compelling case. If only I could bring wise and beautiful people before her.
Well, you need to talk to the temple and all that. You do that. You don't. I don't know what I do. I'm not even of this. What town is this we are in again, friends?
This is Mitros.
Mitros. Yeah, I don't even know the city. Sorry, sir. Affairs of the heart. You keep it yourself. The answer is no. Take no. Learn that no means no.
What?
And when she says no to you, and if it's no means no, sir.
But that's not a no means no situation. She should grant me an audience if I could bring handsome and wise people before her. That was her offer.
Again, the answer is no, sir. Take no. It means no.
Oh, your
And
no
Norma's just
means
gonna
no.
walk away.
Oh,
No means no.
No means no.
Titus, you're definitely got the flowing manes, and I hear you're wearing the legendary artifacts. I mean, you're wise. Everybody knows that. You're handsome beyond reasoning. Perhaps you could grant me an audience with Valis. I mean, all I ask for is a meeting, and she said if I could bring someone like you, she would do it.
I'm sorry. We have much important things to do. We do not have time for this.
But you've got time now between the games. Just
Perhaps one
a meeting with
of
her.
my colleagues would agree to this, but I have other things to attend to.
What have I said? Pretty please? The cherry on top? I mean, this is just so important to me. I know you're out there saving the world, and I'm cheering for you. I'm for the five gods. I'm telling people the glorious deeds, and I know you're going to end this war, and I know you're going to bring the Titans to their knees. But don't lose track of the small guy. I am the small guy, and you can do nice things for the small people as well.
Well, perhaps after we save the world, we can worry about the smaller guy.
Ilias! You're intelligent and wise. Might I ask you to accompany me? That's all it would be, just a walk to the Grand Palace, a meeting with Valis, which she had agreed to if I bring someone like you, both handsome and wise. Please, Ilias. Think of the little guy.
Friend, I think you're mistaken. Valis and my relationship is already a little rocky. So just cut your losses. Okay, let us become the Dragon Lords, and then once everybody sees that the so-called king here that wants to be reestablish the Order of the Dragon Lords, once we are the Dragon Lords, then Valis will leave him, and she will be open for you.
If you said your relationship is rocky with her, what better way to bring someone who will sing her praises?
Friend,
I can
just
help you repair
know when to
the
cut your
relationship.
losses and bide your time. Bide your time and become strong and wise.
Theodosis, I hear you're a wise person. I've never really actually seen your face, but people tell of your handsomeness. Perhaps you could accompany me to this meeting?
Pass.
Straight pass. That's hilarious.
I detected some hesitancy.
Nope, that's a solid pass. Not interested.
It's a brick wall there. But Zamek, I was actually going to come to you first. You're handsome, and your deeds and your bravery and your wisdom are legendary. Please, Zamek, I beg of you, just accompany me. That's all I need.
I am sorry. Much as I might be interested in helping, the party has spoken. This is something we cannot help you with.
Oh, well, I'll just have to keep on waiting outside of this temple. Uh, well, I'm bitterly disappointed. I think you guys were my chance to meet Queen Velas. But I guess I'll just have to wait and try and grab her attention when she visits the Temple of the Five. A good day to you. And he goes back and he starts nervously twirling this very expensive ring between his fingers. I was going to offer her this ring, but okay. Good day to you. And he goes back to the temple to his bros. I'm going to say, I think that word would be appropriate, but yeah, they're just going to hang outside the temple.
That guy would not give up.
No means
He's
no.
persistent.
Yeah, we can't
Did you
help.
guys,
We
did you
can't
guys
help
look at the
everybody.
ring? Did the ring look like something that would be of benefit?
Looked kind of expensive.
Well, yeah. I mean, considering who he's going to talk to, I think he was just looking for a wingman to build up his confidence.
Personal
Oh,
matter.
yes.
Matters
Oh,
of the
no.
heart. Personal.
None of your passive perceptions are actually that great. Oh, Titus's is not bad. I'll just say it looked like a very nice diamond ring, is what you saw twirling between his fingers.
Why would he part with the ring? That is odd, but well, I think we've already made our decision.
Oh, he's given up. I mean,
Okay.
Theodosius shot him down with 2 words. Pass. No. Beautiful. Okay. So, continuing on with your quest for the games, you're right in the midst of that still. The only other really noticeable thing you happen upon is as you're wandering around, getting mobbed, it's even getting worse now that Titus is doing so well in the games. You notice there's a small group of people gathering on the road nearby. The object of their interest is easily spotted. It is an incredibly lifelike statue of a woman that has suddenly appeared in the middle of the street. The statue has an object look of terror on her face. And the gathered citizens all say, well, yes, that's remarkably lifelike. Look, she even has eyelashes. Who would carve such a thing? And some of the guard says, move along, move along. Nothing to see here. Plainly, this is the work of the Lady of Coin. Somebody has done something wrong. Just move along. Move along. Nothing to see here. Lady of the Coins. We will deal with it. Move on your way. Eventually, the crowd doesn't really move away. They're fascinated by the statue. And someone's like, well, doesn't that look like old Gwendolyn down by the stitching? Or is it a remarkable likeness? Do you guys do or say anything?
What was the name?
Gwendolyn. Just moving along? Leave it to be, or?
Yeah, Helios is gonna move along unless you guys stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The right thing.
So, uh, your time in the Great Games concludes. Your crowned champion. Debates have been had. Matters of the heart have been smacked down. Now we will go back to where we ended the last session. Back outside in the forest on the way to the mossy temple. So, so about halfway there, obviously, Corrina is very down. She's not saying much. And you did leave first thing in the morning after the great relay.
Uh-huh. I would like to say something to my friends. Maybe just to a couple of them, kind of like hanging back. So Corna can't hear, but after like last night's rest, I thought of a possibility. I just wanted to run it past you guys. Once we drop off Corna, perhaps we could make another bargain with Demetria. I do not want to, but it might be enough to save Corna's life. And that is this. We are the champions of the prophecy. We will succeed. And when we do, she will be vulnerable. And we could make this commitment to her that if she leaves Corna alone and lives peacefully by herself, then we will not come back for her when the Titans have been removed from this world. What do you guys think? Perhaps we could not intimidate, but make just a promise, persuasion, if you will, that we will let her live.
I think it's worth a shot. Once we complete our task and we're no longer bound, then we have the freedom to speak to her in that manner.
Yes, and I must stress that we're not threatening her. It's a matter of fact that after the Titans have been removed, and the year of whatever you call it, the year of safety for her is up, then we'll have to make a decision.
I agree.
I
should
think
let her know that her time's coming to an end soon.
Yes. Kyra's not with us anymore. Is that right?
No, she is. She is.
Oh, I would like to ask her.
Yeah, she was. She's done the background in Mitra. She was hanging out with her Valis and Pythor and people like that. And yeah, well, the only person who can really break the oath of service, is the person giving the oath. So she is well within her rights to say, "I relinquish my oath of service. You are free to do as you will." So she could cancel the oath at any time she likes. That's fine. My only concern with this plan is, as you know, she is the sister of Versi the Oracle. They are both literally children of Sidon. Versi has gone one way. Versi brokered the oath of peace. So she kind of had a foot in both camps, one in the gods camp and one in the Titans camps. But in recent years, she's very much in favor of the gods. Demetria, her sister, has gone the other way. She is a fanatic for Sidon. I agree with what you're saying. It's worth the go. But just as you are convinced that you will save the world, she is just as convinced that Sidon and Etheria will bring the world to her to its knees. So keep that in mind. It's a very, very good idea, Titus. But yeah, she's as equally convinced that the world's going to be destroyed, but her saved, just as much as you are convinced the world will be saved.
All right. Well, we have to try at least. But thank you.
Okay, as you're having this conversation, Titus, you look around. Actually, Morpheus, you look around. Hilius, you look around. Zamek, you look around. Theodosis, you look around. Oh, where's Corrina?
Oh snap!
Oh shit.
What? You were whispering and not paying attention?
Uh, I'm gonna use my survival to see if I can spot her, track her, hear her.
I'm going to pray and give him guidance for his success
What?
in his goal.
Okay. The survival in a D4. Yeah, she's just taken a moment and just running in an opposite direction to you. She's not very hard to track at all. I mean, she's no skilled outdoors person. She's just breaking trees. It's, yeah, very easy to find, and she's just running.
All right, I will chase. I will give
Do you want-
chase.
Do you want me to go get her? I'm a little faster.
Oh yes, I will follow you to make sure that there's no trouble out there.
Hilius, yeah. Even if you're not proficient in survival, I mean, Malcolm is not an outdoors man at all, but Malcolm could follow this trailer. It is that obvious.
Well, I have Hypnos too. Hypnos could help me follow it.
Once again, no help is needed. She's like a bull in a china shop, leaving a mess. But Hilius, you being the fastest of... Theodosis, you being the fastest, you catch up with her relatively quickly. She tries to get away from you. I'm assuming you're trying to tackle her or something?
Yeah, let's just try that at first.
Tries to squirm out your way and rolls a 5 on her athletics check, shall we say.
And what do you want me to roll?
Athletics or acrobatics, and beat a 5. So you just do a classic rugby tackle, get her around the ankles and tackle her gently, Theodosis, or more like a just smacking into her, knocking her over.
Yeah, I don't want it to seem too aggressive, especially if there's people around.
Okay, so it's taking her down in the gentlest way possible, but you have her. She's unable to go. You kind of hold her around the waist, and she struggles, and she gets, I don't want to do this. I have to change my mind. Screw her. I don't want to go back. She's going to do evil things. I don't want to go back, and you can't make me.
Well, unfortunately, we've talked about this, and we can and we have to. This is the way.
This is the
What's that from? This is the way? Oh, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yeah. But they said you'd be cursed, man. You being cursed is not as important as me dying a horrible death.
I pull back my hood a little bit and say, "Child, I'm already cursed."
Well, you could be doubly cursed. I mean, things will get worse for you, but at least I'll be alive.
Enough. Come with me, child.
She's like about 5 foot. I guess she hasn't quite grown into an adulthood. And you pick her up, Theodosis, and she's struggling, but you're managing to drag her along. And she starts doing some ineffectual punches to you, just trying to break your grip, but you continue to move her. And eventually you keep up with the rest of the party, and you see how she's just refusing it now. She doesn't want to do it.
Can anybody cast sleep?
I think it's only a minute.
Yeah.
Not that Titus would know that.
Yeah, I can charm her. I can do my fate presence, but it's only until next turn.
I don't think
Can
sleep
anybody
lasts
do
a
something
minute.
just to calm this child down and
No, it is a minute.
make this more efficient?
I can try to use my enthralling beauty to charm her. It'll last an hour.
We could
Or
tell
I
her
could
that
shoot her
we
with
have
my
another.
bow.
Just try it. Just go, Cornelius.
Okay, I'll use my Darling Beauty, which is Charm Person. This is a Wisdom save of 11 since it uses Charisma.
Okay. Now, your companions are fighting it. I'm going to say she's. That's a tricky one. Because obviously it's harder to charm someone in combat with you, which I think is the point of this. I mean, she's physically trying to beat the crap out of Theodosius. She's doing it very ineffectually. So she'll get advantage. What's the DC?
11 Wisdom since it doesn't use Intelligence; it uses Charisma.
No, all your spells use your modifier that you pick.
No,
this is your,
because this
your
is
ability.
this is
Gotcha.
an racial ability of a nymph. Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's different. It's not really a spell then. Boop, boop.
Not really a spell. No, I got to use it once a day.
No, you can't make me. Just take me home. I want to go home. That's a 17, so that's a success.
Yeah.
Take me home.
I have.
She tries to break
Right.
Theodosius's grip again and rolls a 15. Theodosius? Athletics or acrobatics? 15 is a number. Oh, yeah, she's struggling, but you've got a firm grip on her. She just can't. Not so much that you're overpowering her, but you're just twisting and using your own struggle against her like a jiu-jitsu master would. Stop it! Let me go! I want to go home!
I'm going to. I'm sorry, Corna, but we have to complete our oath, and I'm going to bind her hands to make it more difficult for her to get away.
Zamek can shoot her with the short bow of cupidity. It gives a charm for 1 hour. Can I shoot her in like the toe, something that's not going to do a lot of damage or something like that?
The toe.
I got you in the toe.
Iris says, I'm
Have you
sorry,
not-
your solution is to shoot the child?
You could break the
charm her.
arrowhead off and just shoot her with the blunt arrow and just get the charm effect off.
Have you not seen Harlem Nights where he shoots her in the pinky toe?
I didn't, but it sounds great. Well, I don't know if I know that or not, but Hilius' suggestion would that can I just pull off the arrowhead of this short bow of cupidity and stab her with the arrowhead?
Let's have a look.
I'm gonna guess not. It's the bow that's the magic item, so I probably have to use that to launch.
No, that was Hilius's suggestion was to break off the arrowhead and then shoot the blunt arrow at her.
I misunderstood. Got it. Take the arrowhead off, hit her with a blunt stick, basically.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. That's good. Yeah.
So as she's struggling in the grip of Theodosius, make a shot with a short bow of cupidity, and you can do it at advantage with the arrowhead blunt taken off.
Let's see. Is that this? What's this?
Are we the bad guys?
Right now, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, I took the arrowhead off.
There's
I'm
only-
hitting her with a blunt dart.
Orpheus, there's only bad deeds, not bad people.
Exactly. And you were
I'm not evil. I'm just,
You're
Let's see.
definitely-
So that hits her. We'll say it
Okay.
does. At the very least, she's going to wake up with a nasty bruise, although probably it's going to be the least of her problems. A wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
she failed. That's good. It's 14, right? Is that what I saw? Yes.
Yeah, 14. And she's
Charm for an hour.
mechanically, she's a commoner, so she has 10 across the board. 10 for everything, so no modifiers in anything. So 13's a 13.
Nice.
So she shoots her. She's still struggling against Theodosius, but Zamek, treats you as a trusted friend.
Okay, so I go over to Theodosius and like go, let me take the child. Clearly you've hurt her with this arrow that you just shot her with and the struggling and all this stuff that's going on. But me, I'm her friend. She'll follow me. This would be great.
Oh,
And I'm doing the kind of like,
reversal.
Come to Uncle Zamek. Uncle Zamek will take care of you. Come over here. Yeah, we'll walk together for a while.
It gives one last struggle as I assume Theodosis releases her grip, and she goes over and grabs your hand, Zamek, and looks up to you and says, "It's gonna be all right, isn't it? It's not
Oh
gonna be too
yes,
bad."
it's going to be great now. Yes,
I mean, she's
for
not
an
gonna.
hour.
It's gonna be great for an hour.
No, I didn't say that. It's going to be great. Everything's going to be good now.
You're gonna make it all better, right?
In 55 minutes, I must shoot you with an arrow again.
Once per day on Arrow of Cupidity, so.
Oh, is it only once per day? Damn it. Oh, okay.
We're close though. It can't be an hour to get to Demetrius' place. We're like right
I
outside
tried
of it,
it,
right?
I go, yes, things will be good now. We're follow me. We will we'll make sure that things go well.
Yeah, 6 miles away.
Oh well,
Oh, I thought we were right outside of it.
you're less than an hour away, we'll say. So you're because
Perfect.
she's just freaking out the closer and closer you're going to get, and you eventually make it to the outside of the Mossy Temple. Remember when you fought the guy who threw acorns at you and the creatures who insulted you just on the outside there? And waiting there, you see Demetria. She's flanked by, if you remember, there was one Gigan when you first went there. Now there's 2 Gigans. And there's 6 of these creatures there as well. Do you remember how those creatures came about?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
They're the little children.
8 little boys.
Oh, no. They're only girls. The girls ate the boys. So,
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
yeah. No. Well, I've seen you've bought the girl as requested by me for the oath of service. So, Zamek, would you bring her over here, please? Zamek?
Oh, he said be right back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. We'll say you're all kind of with Zamek. Would you bring the girl over, please?
Let's get this over with.
Yes.
It's tasteful. Let's get it over with. White
Yeah.
roar.
Once you have the girl, will you release us from our oath?
Oh, yes. But of course, no actions, no violence may be brought about upon me for 1 year. After this, just walk away.
Okay. Done.
Yes.
Agreed.
Well, thank you.
Demetria. I do have is it Demetrius? Demetria? I must make one now that the oath is fulfilled. Demetria.
Yes.
You must know that we are the chosen ones, and we are growing in strength daily. Perhaps you were at the games. You obviously saw us compete and win the games. We've grown so much since the time you saw us before. My point is that we will fulfill the prophecy. We will become even stronger than we already are. And we can grant you safety in exchange, of course. In exchange for some.
You've won some silly little games and you think you are powerful. Lord Sidon controls the dreams, and Lutheria controls the seas, and Lutheria controls your dreams, and you're making bargains about saving me? Saving me from what? Sidon is going to be victorious, and you think winning some little games puts the fear into me? You are ridiculous.
Okay.
You can make a persuasion check if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Can I assist him by pointing at the dragon crown? Like, hey, crown.
And me showing off my breastplate of Mitros and the axe of Xander and the golden shield of Vulcan.
Morpheus is proficient in persuasion, so I think
So
that's
silly.
the rule too. So I can assist as well based on that ruling.
So,
I don't know how
so
Morpheus
just
Morpheus
to
is
be
not looking
clear,
at it.
the offer you're making is well. We'll get to the place. So I'm sorry. That's the funniest thing I've heard for a long time. What exactly are you proposing, Hilius? This is hilarious. And all the Maenads, the weird satyr-looking creatures, they're kind of all sniggering under their breath as well. So what exactly is your offer?
Brooks added is just like more of a threat. After a year and we have beaten your Sidon, we will not come back for you. You will be safe from us. For us is who you should be afraid of.
Oh, I see you're offering me a pact of safety when you defeat my father. Is that what you're saying?
Now, is there a pact of safety? I don't remember reading something like that.
Oh, sorry, the Oath of Peace is what I meant. Once the Oath of Peace.
Oh, so it's an oath of peace. Yes, an oath of peace that we will not attack her. Yes.
Oh, no, sorry, no. This is just a... No, so the Oath of Peace is the 500-year thing that's about to expire. You would make an oath... I don't know exactly what to call it, but it would be an oath of service. The oath of service, and your oath of service is to not attack her. It's another oath of service.
No, so we do an oath of service.
Well, yeah, let me. So I think we would have talked about this beforehand. I would say that she would have to leave. I mean, she could just live in peace here and not take and murder innocent children, that sort of thing, right? She'd have
Not
to
to take any more children. Yeah.
Yeah,
She takes the girls and feeds the boys to the girls and transforms them into these Maenad things.
It would break the truce.
So you're asking me not to be me, and as a result, you won't kill me once the Titans. I'm sorry. Once the Titans have been defeated, is that your offer?
I think he means to live with your current family and don't extend it anymore.
Oh, I see. Oh, that is interesting. So no more enlightenment, shall we say?
Yes.
No more lost children.
No more lost children. And if I do that, once you... I'm sorry. Once you've defeated the Titans, you promise not to kill me. And as a result, you want Corrina back?
Morpheus will cast guidance on himself.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Titus to answer that.
I was gonna say if Morpheus is probably more skilled in this. So
he'll say that is what we all have discussed. And I'll look at Titus and I'll look at all my comrades, and you guys are all.
I'll
cool
assist
that, right?
Morpheus, Dragon Crown.
I'm sorry, Morpheus. Are you so unconfident in your abilities that your gift of the gab that you're forced to carry little sparkly magic on yourself? I mean, she saw you cast the spell on yourself, right?
Yeah. I did a pray thing. Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
So are you that
But
unconfident?
I'm doing the right thing, and for asking for divine help. Yeah.
Oh,
She's not okay with me asking for divine help in a world we worship gods.
For divine help. Stand on your own 2 feet, Morpheus. Or you're on 2
I'll let it go.
hoofs. I apologize.
I'll let it go. Yeah, I'll be concentration on the whole thing go. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, time to make the roll. And you may roll it at
he'll-
advantage. Yeah.
Nice. Do it.
Hmm.
You can do it.
I have favored by the gods. I just want to see exactly how it works to make sure if I can use it or not. You can do an attack roll. No, it's only for an attack roll.
Okay.
All right. Persuasion. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. That is simply not a deal I can make. I mean, you seem to have confidence that you can defeat Sidon. Rumors had it that you were running through the streets of Mitros, dodging his lightning bolts, running like little children.
I countered his lightning bolts with some meteors. Thank you very much. You don't have the full story.
Well, the story I hear and the story people tell is you running through the streets, running away from Sidon, powerless to intervene his anger. Good try. Regardless, you can argue the matter as much as you like. But Corrina, come with me, my dear. I have some very, very exciting things I'm going to show you. See these? I believe these were your friends? They've become lesser beings, shall we say. I'm going to make you a great being. How you would never ever imagine. And we will become best friends, I am sure of it. Come with me, Corrina.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm gonna make one last ditch in intimidation, if possible,
Okay.
and I'll say, "So be it, Demetria. We'll see you in 1 year." And I'm fully displaying the artifacts that I'm wearing. We'll see you in a year then.
Oh, see you then. Toodles.
Uh,
Toodaloo.
we are released from the oath, yes?
You've done it. But of course, there's the 1 year, do not interfere in my matters for a year.
Yes, I understand that, but I need you to physically, verbally say that we are released from our oath.
She walks back to the very entrance of the temple, and before descending into the last steps out of your sight with the 2 Gigans and the Maynards keeping guard over her, she says, I release you from your oath. And she takes the hand of Corrina and descends into the temple.
Well, I will be back in 1 year, and I will exact vengeance for Corna and the others.
Yes.
Kari says, well, I guess one way or another, these things is going to come to a conclusion, right? Either the world is exterminated or you guys are victorious. And if you come back here in a year, Titus, I'm going to kick some butt with you as well. She's a piece of work, that one.
Yes, she deserves no quarter.
Friends, may I raise a point? We've already left Mistros. We have the map. Shall we set out for the ship?
Yes, let's move on to
Yes, I think.
less unsavory matters.
Mm. Yes, I do not know of any other course of action. More important, anyways.
Okay.
Ease this from our minds for a year at least.
Mm.
Other pressing matters.
So the map that King Akistus gave you leads to the Dead Falls, which is over here. How you going to get there? Just take the direct route?
Um, I don't see any. Is there roads?
I think the gray lines are roads, but
The grey lines are
I'm
rivers.
oh, the rivers. Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
if you want to travel by roads, you could go like to the Sour Vintage and then on to the Dead Falls. But that would take longer because of the distances involved. But we want to get there as quickly as possible. You could go straight across this forested area. It'll be quicker, but perhaps more dangerous.
I vote for quicker.
I vote
Friend.
for quicker. I mean, we have Zamek. He should be proficient in survival and stuff. So
And I'm not terrible. I could assist him if necessary.
Okay. So leaving the mossy temple behind you, leaving Mitros behind you, Astoria behind you, the Temple of the Oracle behind you, you make your way across land to the Dead Falls. Let's get an approximate distance. It's going to take you the best part of 3 days to get there altogether. So the first night goes okay, and who shall I pick on? Titus. Roll me a d20, please.
D20 coming up.
It's 9. Okay. Let me just click a few buttons here.
oh, he's clicking buttons.
I'm clicking buttons. Okay, so you find a suitable clearing. You set up a campfire, and you set up watches. Who's taking first watch?
Uh, point of order, because I was able to grab 2 third-level spells.
Oh, sure.
I can ritually cast Lemony's Tiny Hut, but Bulbug can't be inside.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, it is transparent, so if there is trouble, we could aid Bullbug.
Yes, we would still need watches though, because I don't think sound travels through it.
Whoever's on watch can stay with him outside.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. I do like this because it would at least save the rest of us from a surprise.
Okay.
But it would not save Bulbug.
Yes, we would have to go out to help him, and we would.
What's the radius of Lehman's tiny hut?
It's a 10-foot radius where 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside.
Okay.
And all other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it, except for the creatures that are inside. That's true. We could still set up watches and be able to be alerted and not have to worry about our back being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me about 11 minutes to prepare if you guys wish.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
great.
fine, and I can take the first watch.
Okay, so Lehman's tiny hut is cast. And you said you're taking first watch, Theodosis?
I will take first watch.
And you're outside of the hut?
And,
I am.
Okay.
and I will console Bulbug and say, make sure he knows that we will come if anything happens. One of us will stay with you always.
Oh, Bulbug appreciates it. Bulbug is sorry he's so big and stupid and can't fit in your pretty little dome.
It's okay,
Oh, says the man inside the hut.
have my wine.
Oh, now you're talking. Theodosis, to us! And he hands you half of the wine.
I'll drink mine just before I go to bed.
Sure. Very wise. Even without a perception check, while the rest of your companions sleep, you hear some growling coming from not far out into the darkness. And you hear a baneful howl. And then the growls and the howling gets closer. And what's your passive perception there, Theodosius? 10. Yeah, before you can really pinpoint it, you see a wolf approach. And then another wolf. And another wolf. And there's maybe 10, maybe more wolves around. And they're surrounding your camp. What do you do?
I'm going to poke my head into the hut and say we're surrounded by wolves.
Everybody obviously snaps to attention. And this is what you see. Bunch of wolves growling and circling and watching Bullbug in particular. Big juicy treat as they all slowly
Can I
come
make a check and see if I can tell which one is the alpha?
Sure. You can do animal handling or nature. I'll let you choose. Theodosius, you're very good at this. You've recognized wolves and the way they react to each other to identify the alpha. You're convinced that none of one of these creatures is the alpha, which is strange, because you know wolves, but none of them you recognize as what will be considered an alpha as they continue to edge closer.
All right, I'm going to kick this off with, I'm going to throw a psychic blade. This one's closest, so I'll make an example out of him, hopefully.
Okay. Roll to hit. And then we'll get into initiative after this one. Okay, so your psychic blade comes out. And this one just explodes in a mess of fur. And the other ones now bounce to attack. And we shall roll for initiative, as Riley would say.
Roll for initiative.
All right. Let's get them.
I get all of these guys.
They rolled very high. Half of them did.
Jeez.
Well, when you're rolling with so many initiatives, right, it's gonna pan out in the end. All right. Okay, so who's first up? Theodosius, after blasting one of these creatures in a massive fur. Well, they did roll well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Theodosius, what do you do? Your first act as well.
All right, so my first attack, I'll go here.
Oh no.
12. I'm doing something wrong. 12. Yeah, 12. Oh, it doesn't hit. No, the wolf is dexterous enough to roll out of the way. 12's a miss.
All right, then bonus action on the same one.
So that one does sit and explodes on the creature, and it growls back at you, getting ready to pounce, but it does take the 7 point of damage. Just a sec, I forgot to roll in Bullbug. But there we go, we'll just reorder that. Cool. Okay, so, yeah, acting, and destroys one of the wolf, damages one of the wolves. Anything else, Theodosius?
Nope, that's it for now.
Okay.
Oh no.
One of these wolves charges up to Bullbug, letting out a growl as it does so, going straight for his throat. And let's see what he rolls with a bite attack. 8! Bullbug just smashes its side with his arms. as another wolf charges towards Theodosis. Same thing, trying to pounce on top of you, grabbing you by the throat. Theodosis, that's a 16. Is that it? I think that does it.
Nope, I got a 17.
You're 17 now. Can you change your description there in roll 20? You got AC 16, in your name description thing. Yeah, and I'm talking about.
Fixed. Yep, fixed it.
Okay, great, thank you. Yeah, so it comes in, you're just that little bit more dexterous, and you avoid it. Bullbug comes. Stupid wolfie, stupid puppies. Bullbug will get you, and he swings his great axe and just boom, cuts this one in half. Bullbug is undefeatable, and he swings his great axe again and smashes another one. Oh, Bullbug champion! Akima.
Akima will turn invisible as her action and land on Morphish's shoulder.
Okay, sure. So we'll just mark her as invisible.
Oh, I got it. I'll take care of that. I got it.
Oh, thank you. And another wolf charges toward Theodosis. It doesn't not quick enough to get there and attack though. And another one charges forward. Actually, one of them comes and starts barking on the outside of this thing, but obviously can't get through. This one will do the same thing. Come up and try and just barking and yelling from the outside. And as they don't get through, they kind of step back for a second and realize this is confusing. Can this one get to Zamek? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will attack Zamek with advantage due to pack tactics. Goes for the bite. Rolls a 15 and a 15. No good. Titus, what do you do?
All right. I'm going to. I'm going to pop out. Everyone's safe inside there, so I'm going to just pop out right here. I get to try out my new rage.
Oh, I have a rage button for you.
All right. Yes, I love it. So I'm gonna rage, and I will attack this one here first with a long sword with rage damage. See if this works. 20, and assuming that hits.
Yeah, so you've added your two. You added your 2 extra damage onto that.
Yeah, yep. I created a custom longsword to do that. So
nice, beautiful.
Damage.
So she just carve into it, and a puppy lets out a little yelp and falls to the ground.
Nice. And I'm going to. I guess I'll just stay there and attack the other one next to it.
Sure.
I'm going to use precision to make that better. This is a 16 hit.
16 hits. I forgot to put Kyra in the initiative order as well.
Another 15.
Let me just get Kyra right. Kyra will go now after your turn. I just forgot to put her in there. Okay, so that was the one to the south. Yeah, you cut through that one as well as your rage kicks in. You've never seen Zamek like this before, but he is doing it. He's not lying down. There we go. Okay, beautiful. These wolves are no match.
And I'm going to move up to this one, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, perfect. Morpheus, with an invisible Akima on your shoulder, what do you do?
I thought Kyra was going to go next because she was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Kyra is going to do something. Daniel, why don't you roll me a D100?
Coming up.
Oh, no.
26. Okay. Yeah, I think she's done this, guys, to you before. Guys,
The gas cloud.
I got your back. Oh man, this food. Oh no, there's something wrong. Oh no, oh shit. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry.
And she just hotboxed all of you.
No, I'm just saying,
100% because of the hut.
I'm just saying that's exactly what she does. The entire inside of the hut is now just stinky. And if you... Let me skip the... at the start of its turn, so nothing happens until the start of your turn. So I say, Morpheus, since I got it confused, you're fine. Hypnos, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Me? Okay, coming up.
Hypnosis con. Here we go.
So that was Hypnos. So no. 3. Well, you make it anyway, so that's enough. But Hypnos, I don't know how a bird throws up, but a bird is throwing up inside of this hut, and that's its turn. That's all it can do. Can't even move.
An owl pellet.
So I can head out though. No, right. I can head out now?
Oh yeah. Sorry, your turn. Yep, it's your turn now. Yep.
So 18 passes that, right?
Yes. Yep. You don't. You clog your nose or something, but that's a pass.
He'll come out here, and then I will cast Eldritch Blast. I get 2 blasts. I'm going to target that guy there.
Okay, first Eldritch Blast. $11 misses. Dodges out the way of it.
Favor of the Gods for an attack
Sure.
roll. 2d4.
Oh, I don't think you can fail it with a 2d4. Okay, so the Eldritch Blast twists at the last minute and thumps into the creature. Roll damage. 8 points of damage. The wolf recoils back and still alive though.
Second blast. Oh man.
And it's again Eldritch Blast just blasts away off into the night.
I will burn 2 sorcery points to do a quicken spell and to do another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
There's 2 more. Or 1 more coming at that one. Oh, thank God.
Same one you hit before? Explode into nothingness. Nice.
And the last blast for the next one over here.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. It's a very burnt doggy, but it is still alive.
And I'll move over to... I get 35 movement. No, that's way more movement. Started here. Hold on. Go right there. And the Kima's on my shoulder.
Okay, so yeah, and Hypno starts bird barfing inside of there. And Theodosis, remember how you said you couldn't identify the alpha?
Oh, that's what the DM told me.
Well, it turns out that none of those dogs was the alpha. Turns out this dog over here was the alpha.
Ooh.
And it lets out a huge howl. And oops. Poof comes over to Morpheus. Lets out a huge howl once again. The other creatures howl in return, and it goes. And as it's bounding towards you, you see these jet black eyes just staring at you, Morpheus. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, I am excited for this.
15 is not enough. You cower in fear. This creature bounds towards you. You are afraid. Which doesn't do anything to hit rolls. And this massive maw comes out and tries to bite you.
Like,
Was it 19? Does it
yeah,
19?
totally does.
So 31 points of piercing and 9 necrotic. So 40 points of damage.
No, Morpheus.
4-0.
I got that amulet, guys. That would have been just the day over. So how much total?
40. 31 piercing and 9 necrotic. I don't think you have immunity, so 40. And a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, and I am just super excited for this roll.
You can do it. Like you're in its mouth. It's not good.
Oh, there's no way, man.
And as it bounds towards you, it thumps down on top of you, fall to the ground, cowering in fear as the wolf lets out a victorious Samek.
Okay, so having heard and seeing that, I will step out and I will target the.
First, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh
Yep.
man.
I'm so sorry, Zemek. It's bad. You managed to resist the effect of the gaseous chamber. So carry on, Zemek.
I do look better. I go, that was nasty. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So clearing my nostrils and getting some fresh air, I'm like, whoo, I'm going after this alpha thing here. So we have not completed a night's sleep yet. Is that right? So okay. All right.
It's
So
happened
I'm
during
just
the
going
first
to,
watch.
just gonna,
Well, you should be full of
rested.
strength.
Yeah,
we
we're
should
fully
be
rested though. It's been a couple
No,
days.
no, I was thinking of my bow of cupidity.
Oh god.
No,
Charm
yeah.
the creature.
You travelled a whole day, and this is the second day of travel, so all your abilities are
Oh,
back.
so that would work.
Yeah.
That would work. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try it. So let's do this.
Got a hit first. 16 does not hit. It actually hits the creature, but it's thick hide. It just bounces off and falls to the ground. It's a miss.
Dang it. All right, I will try again.
Oh,
Kidding me? Dang it.
just arrows flying everywhere. All of them missing.
Can I step back into the protection of the
You can.
whatever the button?
You're going to be hotboxed if you don't get out of there.
Oh.
You can, but at the start of your turn, you need to make another Constitution saving throw.
I'll stay. I'll stick where I'm at. So okay, that's my turn.
But
Okay.
it's confined in the hut and not out in the open.
Well, I'm sorry. Say that again, Helios.
At least her stink is confined in the hut and not out in the open because it could have been so much worse.
Oh yeah.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry. I didn't intend for this to happen. The wolf, growls in its alpha, bounds over right next to Titus, not getting close enough to attack, though. Needed the dash action to get there. Helios, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, nope. Oh, man, onions. Oh.
Yep, you're just throwing up. That's your turn. Not good.
Onions.
Oh, was it the onions? I'm sorry. This other wolf here. I don't think it can get to Zamek. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, definitely can't get to Zamek, but it'll get right next to Zamek and growl in your face as it's getting close. This one will do the same thing. Come up next to Zamek, growling as it goes. Yeah, can. 5, 10, 15. Oops. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I had to go around the long way and go up to Zamek there, dodging the fire. Theodosius! Wolves all around you and an extra big one over here, knocking the crap out of Morpheus. What do you do?
Yeah, I was going to try something before he popped up. So
Yeah,
I guess
me
it's
too.
going to have to wait again. So I'm going to attack the big dog.
Yeah, did you really think Malcolm would make an encounter that easy? Just a bunch of low-level wolves, but that one does it. Now I don't know if sneak attack applies. Can Morpheus do it if he's prone?
Yeah, it just says an ally, as long as
Yeah,
they're
it
not
just has to be-
incapacitated.
Yeah, he just has to be next to it.
And not incapacitated, and he's not, so that will be the sneak attack damage then. So 19.
Oops, sorry. I was trying to ignore that. I was trying to do that. There we go.
Okay, but it's 19, right?
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't have any immunities. No, that's good. Yep, 19 points. 19 points of damage. Got it.
Bonus action.
15. No good. Hits it once again, but his thick, leathery hide almost just repels it. No good.
Okie doke. I'll stay put.
Okay. This wolf, as you recently attacked its master, it's going to attack you, Theodosius. And not only that, it's going to attack you at advantage with its pack tactics. So it goes to bite you. Rolls a dirty 20. So 7 points of damage as it bites into you, and I need you to make me a strength saving throw. Oh,
Okay,
so
can I-
so 7, so 3 points of damage. And this big old snuggly dog jumps on top and you get knocked to the ground as it tries to, goes for the neck and gets you down in the same motion. So you're prone, Theodosis. Bullbug. No more. No, I was thinking the Bullbug should attack these or this, but I think Bullbug's definitely going to go for these guys because... Stupid wolf, leave Bullbug friend alone! You attack somebody, you attack me! And Bullbug is going to bring out his massive great axe. Swings it twice. Oh, Bullbug! Swing and a miss.
No.
Swing and a miss. Whoa! Oh, Morpheus! Live! Walk towards the light! Akima.
Akima will fly straight up about. Well, no, she can't do that. Would be the worst thing. Well, she'll just. Once it's turn, she'll just stay where she's at. Actually.
Okay, staying on her fallen friend. Kyra says, "I'm so sorry, guys. Ah, shit, it's going worse." Morpheus, since you're down, roll me a D100.
I got us into that fart club, and I'll get us out. Oh, good lord!
Oh no, it's not. It's not. Stinking Cloud is 26 to 30. That one doesn't make sense. Roll again.
Uh-oh.
75.
Oh,
Oh shit.
no.
I'll make this a group decision. Here's what her spell sounds like. Here's what she cast.
Fireball?
Let go.
Oh.
Oh, my
Is
deck,
it,
my deck died, so it's just a sec. Yeah, fireball. Yep.
I seen the animation.
Ah, okay.
Can it go through the tiny hut?
Yeah.
Just not into
Spells-
the. You
Because
come
she's an
out of,
ally.
not into.
Oh.
I don't.
I think that looks great. Or that looks great. Just saying, guys.
I disagree. I think that looks great.
Yeah, I know. You
Or
do.
more like that. Okay, we'll say she's feeling really bad about the fart. Morpheus, where do you want the fireball? North or south?
So,
South. So we did
get those
these guys.
guys.
And let me just roll. Let's get that going again. And yeah, this is. There we go. Roll 86 to see if we even need to bother rolling saving throws. Oh, they might make it. Okay, it's a terrible roll. My goodness. So dexterity saving throws on the wolves. If they fail it, they will die though. One of them passes. Ha! Both of them pass. 9 points of damage to both of them, which isn't enough to kill them. World's worst fireball. But this. Hope that helps, guys. Actually, well, we'll see if she smells her own stink. Constitution. Oh dear. She's
Why did you do that?
the reason why the fireball was so bad was she was throwing up at the same time, and she stumbles out because she doesn't want to be in her own stank. Oh no, she can't stumble out. She'll just stay there. Okay, this wolf bounds over next to Titus. Is going to use pack tactics to try and bite you, and rolls a natural 20. My goodness, this is going from bad to worse.
Could it have got there? Because it just went through the hut to get there. So with it going around, is that still within its movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have 40 feet base movement, not 30. So with a 40, it can get there. And jumps at you, Titus, are doing 9 points of piercing damage and make me a strength saving throw.
All right. Strength saving throw coming up. Oh, I'm raging, so I think I get advantage.
You
right?
do. You do.
Okay.
Yeah, you just rage on through. No problem.
All right.
That would be
And
it.
I take half of that, right? So 4.
Yeah, 9 points of damage reduced to 4 because of rage. That's right.
Okay. All right.
Titus. Surrounded by wolves, but you see Morpheus in a whole shitload of trouble.
Yes, I do. I'm going to. I'm going to. How do I get away from these guys?
And you can
Take
go
care
out
of
this
yourself
way.
first, man. You go down, you're screwed. Just do what you best for you, man. Don't worry about it. Seriously, go save yourself, man. Don't worry about me.
No. That is not me. First things first, I'm going to do a daunting roar to try to frighten these things. Let's do that. Here we go. So it is a DC 14 Wisdom save within 10 feet. So it should get the 3 around me plus this one.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
So,
So we'll do 4. What is it? Wisdom saving throws. 1, 2, 3, 4. DC 14. 2 of them pass. 2 of them succeed. So I say this one to the south of you is frightened of you. I say the one to the north of you is frightened of you. So those ones, if they attack you, they can't move closer to you. We're at disadvantage.
all right.
But the
And
two-
it's to the start of my next turn.
Okay.
All right, I know I'm going to do this. This could be bad, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to move. I'm going to take 3 opportunity attacks, but I'm going to break out the javelin of lightning. I'm going to go to here.
Okay.
So
Well,
I get 3 opportunity attacks. One of which would be. Oh, good.
Well, 2 of them are going to be at advantage because they have pack tactics, and one of them's going to be straight because it's afraid of you. Okay? So do the 2 at advantage first. A 15 and a 14, so you missed those ones. Oh no, sorry, a 20. It's at advantage, so 6 points of piercing damage. And make me a strength saving throw.
22.
Okay, now the straight roll rolls a 19, so the afraid one hits you for another 9 points of piercing damage, reduced to 4 because you're raging.
Right.
And another strength saving throw. No, one more strength saving throw. There were 2 hits.
Okay.
You get knocked prone as you're trying to escape.
So I don't even get out of there. Actually, the one that was frightened. Okay, so I don't even. So I basically have to stand up to get out of there.
So you've used 0 movement. No more opportunity attacks, but you've used 15 feet of movement.
Okay, so I can still move to here.
Yeah.
After standing up. That was not how I was planning on going it. And I'm going to use the Javelin of Lightning to go through this.
Okay, can you bring up the Javelin of Lightning description?
Yep. There's that. So I roll an attack roll for starters.
Oh yes! 8d6 like a fireball. Get it?
Nice. Okay, so I guess I rolled a 4d6 twice.
Wait a minute. Is it just a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah,
but I mean, he still gets 8d6,
well, no,
so I'm still happy for him.
It hits this guy. It hits the guy at the end, and I do a regular javelin damage plus the lightning damage.
Oh, I see. On the hit, the target takes the javelin plus 46. Okay, so the good news is the big guy will take the most. Okay, so takes damage from the javelin. So what is a javelin? You've got to do normal javelin damage plus 8d6.
Okay. Yep. So here I'll do the javelin damage first. And I guess I would roll the d6 again, right? So 11 plus.
Yeah. So
Okay,
16.
so 16 javelin damage, and then here comes 8. I'm gonna roll it twice because it's easier to do this way.
29.
So then 29 more.
Ouch! Okay, then these two need to make dexterity saving throws.
Yep. Yeah. So they take 29 or half.
No, that's. I think there's gonna. Well, let's see. I don't think they're gonna die anyway. Let's have a look. They roll a 4 and a 9. Yeah, I think it would only be the 18. I don't think the crit would count for this. But the good news is they both get destroyed anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as your lightning, javelin of lightning, smashes through them. Beautiful. Why does this keep crashing? Okay, Titus. Oh, well done.
All right, and then on my let's see. I believe this is still 30, so I can huck another javelin as my second attack.
Uh-huh.
So I will do a normal javelin at the big guy.
Okay. 19
19
hits.
Okay. And damage is coming up. So 8. And let me just see here. Do I want to do anything else? Do that? I guess I can't. No, that's all I got then.
Okay.
That's
What do you mean that's it? That was awesome. Amazing. Yeah, that could be a game. Well, I mean, you can see the wolf's health. The big guy, he's still got some life left into him. Morpheus, let me just clarify how afraid you are. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, so you're still frightened and prone at the moment.
Okay. Morpheus, we'll see how awesome Titus is with his shining armor, throwing lightning out, and he will cast Misty Step next to him.
Nice.
Teleport right next to him, and stand up, put his hand on his shoulder, and say, "Thank you, my friend." And then he will let loose. That's a bonus action, and then he'll let loose his action. 2 shots on at disadvantage. So
Yes.
Right? I think
16 misses anyway, but roll again. So yep, 16 definitely misses.
This is the second barrage. That's definitely gonna miss.
Yep.
And then he will step behind. He'll walk behind.
And make me another wisdom saving throw.
Here. No, that's too far. We go stay closer. Right there. And wisdom saving throw coming up, sir.
Mm-hmm. You are still afraid. Still afraid. Okay, Hypnos. Make me a Constitution saving throw. Oh, no. Stops being throwing up. Hypnos is free to act.
40 to there, so help action, and then 20 to here. Okay.
Okay. The Dread Wolf, I guess, has to look at Bullbug and lets out a howl. And just stares into the eyes of Bullbug. And Bullbug needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Bullbug fails. Bullbug cowers. His knees quake. He is afraid of this creature. The wolf lets out another howl. Then goes for Bullbug's throat. Ooh. Ooh, Bullbug. That's a natural 20.
No, not Bulba.
You're bad.
Oh my
Not
God.
Bulldog, no! Why you do this to me, Malcolm?
When the DM has to get out the calculator, it's 35 plus 20 plus 7 plus 14.
Oh, geez.
76 points of damage to Bullbug, who
Oh,
manages to take it. Oi, he still may
Gosh.
make a strength saving throw. Pretty good at these. Oh, there we go. He manages to maintain his feet. Oh, gosh! Help, Bullbug! Bullbug's scared. Bullbug never been hurt like this before. What does 76 have taken out? That would have taken out Hilius. Oh, just Hilius. But being the wizard, that makes sense. But yes, 76 damage. Wow. Okay. Fortunately, he only gets one attack. Well, let me make sure. Can't do anything else. Okay. That's its turn. Now, Bullbug is in serious trouble. What does Zamek do about it? Surrounded by wolves.
I know Zamek's in trouble too. Okay, the first thing that Zamek's going to try to do is get himself out of harm's way. So I will use my Blessing of the Raven Queen. And that will allow him to teleport 30 feet away. So I'll go, oops, I'm going to do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. And then I will try again to hit the alpha here.
You're up.
Hopefully I'll roll better than I did the first time.
18, that hits.
Awesome. So with that, then he has to roll a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Only he wasn't immune to the charm condition.
Oh, wait. You said he was immune?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll roll my damage. That's sucky. Okay.
Actually, roll again. You have you have an advantage on this, so you might roll a natural 20. So just roll your short bow again, just in case it's a natural 20.
All right. We'll do.
Dirty 20 is not good enough, but it's good enough for 11 points of piercing damage on this alpha. Okay, nice, Zamek.
All right. I'll do my second attack, and
Sure, straight roll on this one.
okay.
17 just hits.
Don't they? Oh yeah, that's right.
Or another 7 points of damage. Okay, you're gradually wearing it down, Zamek, as you bamf away from these lesser wolves. Is that your turn?
Can I? I think I can still move. That was my. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
So how far up is this little ridge here?
It'll cost you an extra 10 feet to get up there. You can get up there with your 30 feet. Yeah, you can get up there.
Yep. All right.
Yep, perfect.
We'll see if that puts me out of harm's way. Okay.
That's your full movement. Hilius, make me a constitution saving throw as you're in the vomitorium.
I don't want to. Oh, it was a natural 20 and moved to a 2. Oh, come on.
Oh, sorry, buddy. So your Lemon's Tyler Hut is very much a vomitorium. It's disgusting in there.
Do I want to burn it? I'm gonna burn it. I have a point of inspiration in my note, so I'm gonna burn it because, yeah, Bullbug can't die. Oh my god. Okay, Bullbug's gonna die.
Fixed it. Okay. This wolf lets out a growl and bounds towards Theodosis. Bounds towards Theodosis. Once again, this one has advantage because of pack tactics. And it rolls an 18, Theodosis, which I believe will hit you now.
Yep.
7 points of piercing damage. Oh, actually, that should have been an advantage, but it was an 18 anyway at advantage because you're... reasons. You're still prone. This wolf gets in on the action. The 2 will attack you at advantage for lots of reasons. Rolls a 22. So that's another 6 points of piercing damage, Theodosis. And this wolf is still frightened of Titus, I believe. So this will just be a straight roll. And it rolls a 17. Oh, it's getting some hits in. So another 5 points of piercing damage, Theodosis. So as these wolves feast on you, just gnawing into you, what do you do? You're on the ground prone.
I'm sorry, I missed the last one.
Last damage was 5.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Well, I was going to experiment, but I'm not going to experiment now. So I will stand up.
Yep.
And so with this psychic blades, I guess if they're melee, it says ranged on both of them. So am I still throwing them, or can I stab with them?
You're trying to stab the dogs around you?
You're good. It just says they have the thrown property, so you're good with melee and psychic blades.
There we go.
Okay,
that makes
but
sense
do
to
I
me
use
too.
so I use the strength one instead of the dex one?
No, you still use the dex. It just has the thrown property. You're good. It's just like a normal dagger.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just do a normal attack then, whatever you normally do with your psychic ones. Sneak attack
Let me see though.
damage wouldn't apply.
That one first.
Okay. Psychic blades come out. 19. Even, yeah, no sneak attack damage, but 11 is enough for that thing to explode in a pile of goo.
Oh, shit, I'm stupid. I forgot to uncanny dodge all that damage.
Oh, never mind.
And then I will bonus action. I'll attack this one.
Sure. Which one? The one right next to you?
Yeah, the middle one.
That one gets taken down with psychic blades. No problem.
And that's it for now.
Oh, bog. Oh, it's too like scary puppy. He's going to attack at disadvantage because he's scared. 20 will hit.
Nice.
Bullbug closes his eyes but hits it anyway. Bullbug swings again at disadvantage. Where is it? By this time it just doesn't miss. He's too afraid. Well, first of all, I'm going to make him make his wisdom saving throw to see if he's still afraid. He's still afraid. Oh, Theodosius, Fred, what should I do? Run? You bite me in the ass. What should I do?
Stay there or I'll bite you when you turn.
Ah! Okay, he stays there. He's still quaking in his boots. Akima still next to this creature. What does Akima do? If you're talking, Daniel, we can't hear you.
Yeah. Akima will give her the help action to the next attack on the Dreadwolf.
Okay.
And I don't think that makes her become visible because it's not an attack or a spell,
Nope.
right?
Nope. No,
Okay.
perfect.
Should have been
Okay.
doing that the entire time. I always thought she'd turn back visible for some reason today.
No,
That's it.
no, she's good. Okay, Kyra. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah, since you're just there vomiting, roll me a D100.
Oh, I don't want to.
She's very apologetic, if nothing else. 71. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. One of
Does
these.
71 do have
Again.
anything to...
I think there's only one option. Like that.
Well, doesn't she need to stop gagging first before she can cast a spell? Constitution saving throw?
Well, let's give her a Constitution saving throw. See, we can make a decision from there. Con saving throw. Okay. Now, I'll take it all back. She's just vomiting in her own stench. That's it. Okay. Another wolf's going to attack you at advantage, Theodosius, because of pack tactics. I go bite. Whoa, rolls a natural 20 for 11 points of piercing damage and make me a strength saving throw.
I am definitely now uncanny dodging that. So what is it, 10?
So it was 11, so 5 points of damage is what you take. Was 11 down to 5 and a strength saving throw? You maintain your footing. So that's its turn. Titus, you're still raging. What do you do?
Um, is it like difficult terrain to go up this?
Extra
So
5 feet
extra
of movement.
Okay. So let me see here. If I go, oops, that can't be right.
So it'll be
that's
25 to there.
25. Oops. If I just go the direct route, well, not quite direct. Let's see. If I go here, oops, I don't want to go by the wolf. So 20. That's too hard to see. Okay, let's try this again. 15. So that's 25.
Yeah.
Okay. All
What's
right,
your
I'm gonna have to go
movement?
by the. It's 35.
Okay.
It's too hard to see here. I mean, I think I could just go directly, like right to here, and then
Sure.
20, then 30 to get to here.
Yeah, so you can
right
get to
next
that
it.
square. That'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
First things first, I'm going to use Thunder Wave. I think I can just position it so it just hits the Dread Wolf. It's 15 feet out from me.
Yeah. Because Dreadwolf occupies a 15-foot square. So Thunderwave. How are you doing Thunderwave, by the way?
Oh, it's through the shield as a bonus action.
Okay, so Thunderwave. Must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, and I thought, didn't you say 15? I thought you said 15. I don't know why it says 14, but
well, it rolls a 7. So however you look at it, it fails. So it's going to take 16 points of damage. And
nice. It moves if it's let's see what size, if its size matters.
I was looking for that myself, and I don't think it does.
Cool.
So 16
well, actually,
damage and
I wasn't expecting it to to get pushed away from me. That didn't actually work. I just wanted the damage.
Would it get bludgeoning damage because it got pushed into a 10-foot wall there?
No.
I tried.
You did. Thanks for trying. Okay, so I think this is what I'm gonna do. I haven't used my attacks yet. So I'm going to well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to use my action to move up to it, and then I'll action surge to attack it.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Okay. All right, action surge.
So 2 more attacks. 26 hits.
For 16.
Got it.
And I'm going to do it again. Actually, sorry.
You get advantage on that attack, the first one.
Oh yeah, that's true. So roll again just to see. Might be a natural 20. Okay. Nope. Okay, so now your second attack.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my maneuvers real quick to see if there's a maneuver that I can add to this. No, there's not. Okay, I'll just attack again then. Oh man. Okay, precision. Oh wait. Oh, I need a 17. So I will not use precision then. It's very unlikely. And that will be my turn then.
Okay, nice. Hacking into this creature using all your resources to get close, but you did a good job. Morpheus. Still afraid.
And muted.
So afraid you can't even talk.
Yeah. I was actually considering. I was just like looking at it, going, I'm just gonna do my standard thing, because that's all I can really do right now.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, there's a second coming up.
Okay, that's a hit. 13 force. Nice.
The second one. Miss. Whiffers.
Miss. So just blast off the nether. Okay, cool. Hypnos.
Oh, and as a bonus action, I'm going to take a spell slot to make a what do you call it? Sorcery points.
Sure.
Helping back.
Helping back. Very good. Oof, lets out a howl. Looks directly at Titus. Titus, make me a wisdom saving throw as it looks right into your eyes.
All right.
17 is a success. You are not afraid of this creature.
Rage.
It is going to go reckless. This attack will be at advantage against Titus. Almost a natural 20. Regardless, it takes a big chomp out of you. You take 29 piercing and 9 necrotic. And make me a strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength saving throw coming up at advantage.
Ah,
Right, so
no problem.
You said 29 and 9. So I take all of the necrotic and half of the piercing.
That's right. So it'll be 14 plus 9, 23 points of damage because of the rage. Okay, nice. This creature is on is on the rope. Zemek, very safe, way over there. What do you do?
I'm just gonna wave to my colleagues, go like, "You look like you guys getting beat up." All right, I'm gonna go up to the alpha again, and let's see. I will
advantage. It went reckless, so advantage on this attack.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's see here. All right, why is it not? There it is. Okay.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
That's what I want. Yeah. Okay. Do I get advantage of my second attack or no?
Yes. Advantage on all attacks from this point on. It's drawing all caution of the wind to take out Titus, but it failed. Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice.
12 points of damage. Is that right? 1d8 plus 4. You just rolled shitty. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
12 points of damage. Recoils back. It's not looking at all healthy, but it's.
I'm sorry, Titus. I tried to do it.
It's a good shot, Zemek.
That's a great shot.
It's my turn.
Kai says, "Oh well, sorry, Hilius. I'm so sorry, Hilius." Con save, Hilius. Ah, finally. Now let me just clarify one thing. Is it the start of your turn or at the end of your turn? No, I'm not sure exactly how it is, but you can move and act normally now.
Okay. Oh. Plans and now all my plans are gone. Okay. I'll step out.
Sorry.
Oh man.
All right. So Helios is going to use a new ability nobody's seen before, and it's a bonus action to do this. Out of nowhere, a spectral tome, a spectral spellbook starts floating right there, right here, 30 right here. A spectral tome starts to float right here.
Okay.
And I can cast a spell from it with this. I can cast a wizard spell from the tome. So the tome, out of nowhere, is going to have 6 meteors floating around it. And as part of the spell, 2 meteors get shot out at the wolf on this side of the wolf to make sure there's no friendly fire damage. So I need a dex save of 16 from the wolf, and it's going to take 4d6 fire damage.
Okay, so this is your spell book. You want to choose a token or something for next week so we can move it around?
Yep.
So this is your token.
I'll get it.
Okay, and you're concentrating on this. Okay. And so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of 16?
16? It rolls a 12.
All right, so it's cancel that. 4d6 fire damage coming
Yeah.
not that great.
Why is it 46 and not 2d6 as the spell says?
Because I'm using 2 meteors, so it's 2d6 per meteor.
And it costs you a higher spell slot to cast additional meteors?
No, it says you create 600 meteors that float in when you
Oh.
cast the spell. You're going to spend
Oh, I
one
see.
or two of the meteors.
Oh, I see. But you could do it in subsequent rounds, assuming you can maintain your concentration. Okay,
Very
got
nice.
it. Got it. Very nice spell. Cast via spellbook. Very cool. While this is technically not the end of the combat, as Hilius emerges from the stink box,
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Okay, so out of nowhere you just see Hilius say, "Appear!" And this spectral book is floating, meteors floating around it, and just doof, 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 boom! Explosion of fireball all around it. Or fiery meteors all around.
and a finally mournful howl as it goes down. Nice, Hilius.
Only took 3 rounds. But okay. Bonus action and action. I'm done.
Okay.
Well done.
Theodosis having a tough time with wolves. Now this is can continue on. No. Is Titus? Is this thing still afraid of you, Titus? I don't think so.
Oh no, it's not. No.
No, it's not. Okay, so this will just be another attack at advantage against Zamek, who's having the worst of this. So goes to bite you at advantage. Oh, rolls a natural 20. Yay! So 10 points of damage, Theodosis. You're going to uncanny dodge.
Yup.
So 5 damage and a strength saving throw.
Wait, I don't mean the bear bad news, but you don't have a reaction back yet.
It's not a reaction. It's something I can do.
No,
It doesn't.
uncanny dodge has reaction.
No.
Yeah. The other one is what's the higher level one? I'm blanking. The evasion. Evasion is unlimited. Uncanny dodge, you're right, is reaction, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'll double check that. Let's see here.
When an attacker that can see you can use your reaction. Okay, so 10
Yep,
points of
okay.
damage, Hilius. And a strength saving throw. I maintain your feet at least. Now, Theodosis, you have your action back. What do you do?
All right. Well, I'm gonna try something that I was gonna try earlier. What the hell? So it's gonna be on this feller there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna need
Mm-hmm.
shit, where to go? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from him.
So 1 con saving throw. It rolls an 11.
No, it passed then.
Oh, petrifying gaze. Huh, okay. Is that your action?
That is my action, so I guess I'll use my bonus action in the regular, normal way.
Sure. Oh,
Fuck.
what is going on?
I want to save you a bonus action, my friend, because if you read your Psychic Blades, it says as part of the attack, you can then bonus action a Psychic Blade. So since you didn't attack with a Psychic Blade, you can't bonus action a Psychic Blade.
Oh,
But you
okay.
could disengage.
Well,
Heck.
he does. He can only bonus. Oh, but yeah. What do you do, Theodosis?
Yeah. I'll just stand my ground. No, I will disengage.
Okay. Bullbug, no longer afraid. As you are, Morpheus, as the source of your fear is dead, he rushes over you. I've had enough of this! Swings his great axe once, Misses! Swings his great axe again, hits. One of them explodes in a pile of gore. Bulldog says, roar! Akima. Finish this off. Help action on that guy.
Help action on that guy, and that's it.
Cool. Kyra. Kyra, not as useful as she normally is. Okay, let's see if she makes a con save.
Terrible.
Oh,
my
she
gosh.
continues.
We found her.
Oh,
We found her Achilles heel.
oh my goodness. Okay, this wolf is going to attack Bullbug. Bites Bullbug. Oh my goodness, 7 points of damage. Oh, that's a critical on Bullbug. He's almost dead.
No.
Dead or
No, he's not. He's 2 hit points and he fails his strength saving
Oh.
throw as well.
Oh.
So down. Oh no, that was the wolf strength saving throw. Still a natural one. Down he goes. Bullbug starts crying. Darkness, help me!
all right, this is 25, so I'm gonna jump down here. Let's end this. And I'm gonna attack this dude.
Rage attack. Okay, I'm sure you're going to do more than 3 points of damage, so...
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm just so mad. I just come in with my sword and hack its head off.
And with that...
And I'm very excited. Question for Malcolm. How
Yep.
many wolf heads can Bulldog and Titus carry? Because I'm going to be putting this in the shield for pack tactics.
Oh, I forgot about your shield.
So you want a wolf head? That's what you're saying? I mean, there was 10 of them, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if you want to decapitate a wolf head and put it in your shield, you can absolutely do that, and you will now have pack tactics.
Can I keep some other wolf heads for later use?
Sure. Well, there's 9 of them.
What about the large guy?
I was going to say, Bulldog or Bullbug, do you mind carrying some of these wolf heads for me?
Sure. I'm not sure I can carry this big boy's head, though. It's huge. It's almost as big as me.
Oh, I can't put that in my shield anyways, but that would be good.
Okay, Bullbugs is quite a strong fellow, obviously. Yeah, I'll carry 5, you carry 4.
Done. Thank you, friend. This will be great. Well, you tell me, Welcome, is that assuming that's their only trait, right? Or let's see what it says. Here.
It's a bit fuzzy because it says you take on the creature's traits, right?
Uh-huh.
Like if you kill a lich and you put a lich heads, you're not going to get 9th level spell casting. So I'm just going to treat this as a case by case basis. But I think a wolf's head to give you pack tactics would be perfectly acceptable.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Eventually, Kyra
So it's just traits. So it's like
Yeah, it
whatever
does
trait
say
the lich
one
has,
trait.
Like magic resistance. It's a trait. Whatever trait the character has, like a lich has magic resistance, for example. You know, it's just that.
Is that a specific definition inside of D&D?
Yeah,
it's one of the creature's traits for 5.
No, the shield. It says you gain a benefit of one of the creature's traits.
And the 9th level spells are traits, so it's a kind of like a trait they have.
Okay.
Yeah, it does specifically say spell casting of any kind will not work.
Okay. So yeah, there is this kind of a section. It doesn't say traits specifically. So for the wolf head, you could get keen hearing and smell or pack tactics, and you're obviously choosing pack tactics.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, I think that's fair. Hey guys, I just want to say how terribly sorry I am. I took our greatest defensive asset into a weakness. I am so sorry.
It's okay, Kira. Let me clear it out. Helios will go back inside and prestidigitate all of the gas away.
As you enter in it again, make me another Constitution saving throw. Oh, okay. You prestidigitate it away. Now it's a perfectly safe hot Lehman's tiny hut.
You almost said hot box.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this.
Bulldog will sleep now. Bulldog very, very hurt. Yeah, Bulldog took 83 points of damage.
That was brutal. Yes,
Insane.
Bulbug, please rest. That was really bad. We'll hopefully that will be it for the evening.
And even before you finished your sentence, he's passed out asleep.
I want to mold earth like a pit around Bulbug so he can sleep down and have maybe like half cover or three-quarters cover.
Sure. Okay.
Prayer of healing. Everybody gets 13 hit points back.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Morpheus.
Well, we're taking a long rest, right?
Well, we might get tacked again. Who knows?
Oh.
You don't. So everybody feel free to take a long rest, and Bulldog, miraculously, just with a nap, he looks much better. Okay.
That was rough.
I look over at Titus with exclamation and like, yeah, but nobody died. This is amazing.
That might be the first time I didn't fall to the ground. Well, take a nap, take a dirt nap. That's amazing.
Yeah, Titus, you didn't eat dirt this time.
No one did. It's amazing.
Not for a lack of trying.
This is true. Morpheus took the brunt of that. Well, Morpheus and Bulbug.
Yeah, yeah.
Way to tank that, Morpheus.
Yeah. Then he points to the ambulance and says, thanks to your uncle, I live.
Bulbug, good job. Have more wine on me. Have my share.
Thank you, friend.
I look over at what's our character's name? Kira? Kira?
Yeah.
Like, Kira.
What's up?
That is some really toxic stuff. Too bad you can't bottle that and use it as a weapon. That would be pretty fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't feel right weaponizing it, but you're right. It is nasty. I'm so embarrassed, but yeah, maybe I'll bring a flask with me or something next time. This is just embarrassing to talk about. I'm just going to stop. All right. So,
Onward to the Orcos.
okay, let me bring So, as you follow the map that King Achatus gives you, it takes you over to these dead falls. And now the time has come to complete the next of your great labours. King Achatus gave you a map to the last known whereabouts of the legendary Ultros. But its location seems ominous. The ship was last seen near the Dead Falls in the rocky wasteland of the Eastern Heartlands. Now, you've heard stories of the Ultros. It was captained by Esther Arklander, the Dragon Lord, leader of a savage and bloodthirsty crew. He savaged the islands of Thalia, leaving slaughter in his wake. Sidon unleashed his fueled fury against the vessel, attempting to smash it with 100-foot waves and drag it to the bottom of the sea with terrifying whirlpools. But the magic of the Ultros was so powerful that even the Lord of Storms could not sink it. The ship and its crew went missing several years after the end of the First War. You must find it and take command of it, for you cannot brave the waters of the Forgotten Sea without it. Okay, so you follow the map, and this is the River Leith that you're following along up here. Now the river Leaf descends further and fast and breaks up into frothing rapids. The water flows and gurgles at a treacherous speed. Large, sharp rocks jut from the water, making the river even more perilous. But you continue walking along. The water is far too treacherous to attempt to swim. Um, Now, the path along the rapids twists and turns, and the sides of the canyon seem to be closing in around you. And the walls are adorned with horrifying carvings of what seems to be faces, both human and inhuman. So, walk along the rapids. Anything people wish to do, especially, or just push on?
Elias is fine with pushing on up to the group.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. Stay away
Okay.
from this water. We don't know what foul things are in it.
Okay, so as you go avoiding the water, the canyons are getting uncomfortably close. It seems perfectly okay to you, Theodosus. Morpheus, no problem. The rest of you do notice that the cliffs are not only moving together, like just naturally, they are physically moving themselves. They look they're going about to crush you. So everybody with a perception score of 12 or higher, what would you like to do? The walls are literally crushing in on you. What do you do?
Is the river within this canyon that's closing?
Yep.
Oh, it is. Uh,
Now, I will
and
point
what would
out the river is rushing forward. You could you're more than welcome to jump into the water, but it's about to go over the dead falls. Like you're more like here.
and what would it take to climb up the cliff wall?
Oh,
How
hundreds of feet.
Oh, crap. Uh,
Now,
and
looking
how
back
far?
and forth, there's 80 feet. If you could travel 80 feet, you could get to safety.
I will grab everyone's attention and say, let's get to safety. The walls are closing in.
Okay, tell you what, let's get a bit organized. I'm going to drag you to this map. Let's just get everybody rolling into initiative so we can do this methodically. Let's do Kyra.
Don't forget Bulbug.
Oh, Bullbug.
Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
don't have Bullbug on there.
Oh man.
Okay. Did I get Bullbug? Oh, it was a 9. Okay, so the walls are crushing in. Kyra is going to... She just says, let's get out of here, guys, and runs. And with surprising speed, she whoosh, dashes easily out of the way of the canyon. Hilius, your passive perception is too low. You watch as she runs around and wonder what the hell's going on. Morpheus, same with you. What the hell are they doing? You don't know. Theodosus, 80 feet to get to safety. What do you do?
Unfortunately, I think technically my passive perception is too low as well.
Oh, sorry, I misread. Oh, I was looking at your passive investigation. Oh, okay. Titus, you do have the passive perception, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell out to everyone, quick, follow me, and I'm gonna run towards the safety.
Okay. So it's 80 feet away. You can get 70 feet.
And I'm going to I'm gonna get 70 feet, and I'm going to. Can I hold my action surge?
Not if you.
So it's kind of like holding. I guess I could. I don't know. I was thinking hold an action. I'm holding my action surge, I guess. I
Well,
don't know.
you could
That's
have
a-
used your action surge at the start to take the dash action and then hold your normal action. I think that would work.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is, because I want to wait for my fellow people.
Huh?
If they are, if it looks like they're all going to make it, or or we're all going to die, I guess I will run out. If it doesn't seem like I can help them, I will run out. Or if they're going to
Okay.
make it.
Okay, so pausing, ready to dash out. You could, of course, now just leave, but you're looking to help out. Bullbug's passive perception is, I don't think, great.
It's 15.
It's 15, is it?
Yeah, yeah. He has a passive perception 15.
Okay. Okay, and with his 40 feet of speed, he just, I should break hurt today. And he makes it out. Bullbug, no problem. Kyra, though, she's out, so she's fine. Hilius, it's your first turn to act, but this thing is already starting to squeeze on you. Can you make me an athletics check, please?
Oh, athletics.
Yep.
Oh, that's good for a -1. That's good.
That is good.
So,
Yeah, you squeeze yourself through, pushing. What's your movement speed?
30.
So you can get 60 feet, unless you got something else you want to do.
I do have something else I want to do. Bonus action.
nice.
Which... Okay, so you make it to safety, bouncing out of there. Morpheus, make me an athletics roll. Oh, and a Kima. We're going to do a Kima as well. 18 athletics, so you push your way through 60 feet, Morpheus.
You're on mute.
Panicked, obviously.
And I'll do a Kima after my turn. Just
Sure.
I don't think it matters what order we're going really for this.
You manage... okay, no. Do you manage to squeeze through without getting squeezed?
Okay, I will do the same thing. I'll action run or move my full movement, action none of the 35, and then Misty Step the rest of the way. I can go 70. I actually can go 70 without using a bonus action. I have 35 movement. So can I get out, or is it more than 70?
It's 80 feet, so you still need your Misty Step.
Okay. Yeah, Misty Step done. And I'm out. And then Akima.
Oh, I didn't do Hypnos, but its basic speed is 60 for fly, so I'm guessing he just got out.
What's its passive perception?
Would have been on my turn. Passive perception is 11, so he would have done it on my turn.
Passive perception 11 on mine too.
So, well, Hypnos is a familiar, right? So it has its own initiative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so on the start of its turn, it didn't notice it's coming. So, strength attack from, well, that's just to keep things organized. But I'm still going to need a strength, an athletics roll from Hypnos.
How? He's tiny.
Well,
He
it's your
wouldn't have been
strength. You just roll your strength. Like I rolled 11 for Akima.
No, that's my counter though. Hypnos is just a familiar, it's an owl, so the wall's closing in. I mean, how would he have strength? He just is nimble. He's an owl.
Well, there's crushing him from either side, so I mean, it's not a good situation for Hypnos. And regardless of what I roll for damage, Hypnos
Oops. Okay, that's fine.
gets squished. And yeah, regardless of what I roll, Akima goes the same way as.
Akima has 10 hit points and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical. So is it more than 20 damage? Oh, just enough.
Oh, damn.
I can use my reaction to give it resistance again to that source of damage. So would that like be resistance and then resistance and it'd be another quarter or not?
Resistance plus resistance plus resistance?
I don't know how that works. I always forget.
I don't
You
know
can't
either.
give resistance twice. I don't think you give resistance twice, so it's dead. It's a
Well,
familiar, so who cares?
I kind of feel like it's the rogue's like 9th level or 7th level ability where if they fail a save, then it's half damage, or if they make it, it's full damage.
Yeah, you can't have double resistance.
Yeah.
So Kima.
Oh well, wait a minute. What if somebody is resistant to necrotic, being a shader Kai, but they fail their save for necrotic damage, or they make their save for necrotic damage, so it's halved then plus halved?
Dude, we're done with the ship of Theseus and the whole paradoxical stuff. Akima's dead. Done.
Squished.
Try.
Okay, Theodosis, your passive perception. Points for honesty. Theodosis, make me an athletics check. You get a little squished in there, buddy. You take 20 points of damage, and you can move half your movement.
Okay, well I can still double dash.
Yeah. Oh, triple dash, can't you?
Well, I dash for my action, and then bonus action I can dash again.
Yeah, but because you're getting squished, you're moving at half the speed.
Okay.
So 90, you should be 45 through. Is that right?
My speed is 30, so half of that is 15, and then
Well, if you take the bonus action dash, you can move 90 feet, right? But you're moving at half speed because you're getting squished, so that would be 45.
okay.
Okay, so you're still in there. Why won't... There we go, 45. Okay, Zamek, what are you doing? You're not being observant? Make me an athletics check.
My passive perception is 15. Is that not good enough?
Let me read exactly what it says. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I think we.
Okay. So I'm
what
going
do
to
you
do this. I'm going to use my bonus action. Sorry, got to get to the right place. And I'm going to do this. Sorry, guess I have to click that too.
Oh, sure.
I will. I'll do that to get so I can move 30 feet there, and then from there I would like to be able to dash.
Yeah,
Do my
you're out.
dash. Yay!
Malcolm, question.
Uh-huh.
Titus did holler for everyone to hurry up. Do I still need to make a perception if he's hollering for us to move?
No, this was your passive perception to try and get the jump on it, and you didn't get the jump on it, unfortunately.
Okay, so we have to do the passive perception twice because I failed the first one.
No, you're fully aware of what's happening now, but you're too slow to react, and the cliffs are crushing in on you.
Okay.
Okay. This initiative order is a bit weird, but Titus.
Okay, so it's just Theodosis that's left, is that right? And me. Did everyone
I
else?
think so.
Yeah, skipped out. Okay, and you're 45. So I'm 25 feet from him, right? 25. Okay. So let me think about this. So I could get 45.
Here we go with the turtle again.
I got a plan if this fails.
So let's see. That's 25. And I have 10 plus 15 plus 15, which would be 30, 40. That would put us. I think that would work. Okay, so if I use
first, because you waited though, I'm going to need an athletics check from you.
Okay, fair enough. Athletics check coming up.
You get squished. You take 18 points of damage, and you're moving at half speed.
Well then that the plan will fail. Theodosis, get out of there! And I'm gonna use my movement and dash to get out.
Okay, so
I had a plan, but it did not work, Theodosis. I'm sorry.
Okay, so now we can purely focus on Theodosis. Theodosis.
I have
Oh,
a plan for
sure.
Helios' turn.
Sure. Helios goes before Theodosis. So Helios, what's your plan?
So Helios is going so he's 45. How far away is Theodosis from Helios?
35. He's 35 feet from the exit.
That's fine. So Helios will squeeze in 20 feet.
Because you're squeezing in, you have a chance of being squished again. But I'll give you athletics at advantage because you're pushing yourself back in. So make an athletics at advantage.
I can make it out even if I'm half anyways, so there's no need to come in for me.
Helios, what are you doing?
All right, so Helios is squeezing in, and then just to give him...
He does get squeezed in and takes 26 points of damage.
That's fine.
And
And
Theodosis
he's
can't
squeezing
do
in.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's squeezing in and 30-foot radius, mold earth, and he's going to excavate a 5-foot section for him in the side of the wall, just in case that the walls close. He still has a safety net of 5 foot that he's in, and then he's going to Misty Step out.
Okay, so there's a little recess there for you to jump into as he teleports out. Theodosis.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash.
Okay, at the start of your turn, though, as you're still being squished, I'll need another athletics check from you.
No, he shouldn't get any damage because the pit Helios made right next to him.
Well, if he doesn't move, sure. But if he wants to try and get out, he needs to move.
Oh, gotcha.
That's no good. You take another 40 points of damage. It's getting worse.
14 or 40?
4-0.
Oof, uncanny dodge.
Can you uncanny
Yeah,
dodge
I'll-
that?
I don't know.
Let me look.
Says when you see an attack that hits, is
No.
this an attack, Malcolm?
I don't think it's an attack. It's just
That is good. That is good news.
No, don't think that's an attack.
Oh, you don't think it's an attack? Okay.
Huh? Okay, so what do you do, Theodosis? Getting the hell out of there?
Yeah, I'm double dashing.
And I think even with your half movement, you can get
Yep,
45
should be out.
feet. So you're out. Okay, so a little bit squishy. By the way, if you failed to get out again, it would have been 18d6, another 67. So probably good you got out of there when you did.
Oh my
Whoops.
goodness.
The damage starts at 66, then 12d6, then 18d6. So, okay.
Damn, that's like worse than some of the traps in the last campaign we were in.
Yeah, that's a nasty one. Okay. Yes.
Oh, ow. Hurts. Tried to help you, Theodosis. Ow.
Told you I'd make it out.
Oof.
Well, we have an oath of friendship. I wasn't leaving you behind.
You two are a lot thinner than you were before.
Though to be fair, they're a bit taller as well.
Yes.
Maybe I
thinner.
should have tried. Maybe I should have tried to petrify the walls.
So,
Aren't they already petrified?
ooh. Well, I'm glad you're safe now.
I don't know if we've actually had somebody die as a result of a non-combat related encounter, but hey, once again, I want to say, nice job, guys. Nobody died. That's good.
No. My first character died in a trap in the last campaign.
Yeah, maybe before we head out, we could just take like a small short rest. We got 11 minutes. I can make us safe.
Yes. That sounds good. A short rest would be great.
So you're going to put up Lehman's tiny hut, in other words?
Yes.
Okay, Lehman's tiny hut is cast. So feel free to roll your short rest. It will be successful. Okay.
Job, Bullbug. Thanks for the lookout.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, so as you roll your hit points, so as the rapids twist and turn, you approach what appears to be a massive waterfall. The water of the river pours into a vast shadowy chasm and vanishes. The sight is beautiful, but you find it disconcerting that such a large river could come to such a sudden end. The thundering sound that typically accompanies the waterfall is strangely absent here. It is as if the water and the noise has been swallowed by a void. And following closely along the map that King Akistis gave you, just give me 1 second. Yeah, so following closely the map that King Akistis gave you, you discover an inlet near the chasm where the river waters are eerily still. The canyon walls surround a small lake, protecting it from the rush of the nearby rapids. Moonlight shines down through the clouds, illuminating a beautiful ship moored along a rocky shore. The ship is large and of fine workmanship, though its design is ancient. Its sails are black and the prow is carved in the likeness of a dragon. You see no crew aboard, and you hear only silence. Dum 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 dum. And I think, my friends, that would be the perfect place to stop.
All right.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. That was
Nice job,
good.
guys.
All right.
See you next week.
Listen, guys.
Next
Yeah,
week.
excellent. Take care, guys.